Hello. Hi, can everyone hear me? There is so much stuff going on here right now that I am so confused. Hi everyone. Hi Asuna. Hi Silver. Hi. Oh, that's a lot of emotes here. Hi Sleep. Hi everyone. Hi. So, I am just waiting on Lita to start. Can you hear me? Okay, perfect. Audio's good. So, I'm just waiting for Lita to start. She's the host and everything. She's gonna go through a PowerPoint and teach me the basics, and then we'll see how things go, I guess. I might have started stream slightly bit early. So I'm just kind of waiting on her. I'm excited. There's a lot of things going on, and my computer's a bit laggy. But I think all is good? Question mark? You're always on time though. I try to. Just gonna unmute the Discord. Let's see if people are here. Oh, there's a little bit of music. That's kind of cool. Oh, hey, Light. Hi. We'll just listen to this music as we wait for the other side. Hey, Light. How are you liking the new model? Look at me. I mean, look respectfully. I'm gonna go down a bit. Hi. Hello. Oh, I just came back from work, so sadly I'm gonna go to sleep. Okay, have a nice sleep, Light. Have a good sleep, okay? Oh, your hands move. Yeah! I can say hi to people now. Hi! Ooh, there's so much things being run right now. I have like 3 Discord screens open. I have like a die screen that you guys saw just now in the corner. And then like my own streams. 2 streams. Streams on top of streams. Boom. Thank you. Holy cow, everything is lagging.
Alright, that's my intro. Hi, folks.
Hi. Oh, wait. Hi.
Hi. How you doing? Welcome.
I'm doing good.
They might still be muted. We'll get unmuted. Hello.
Woo!
I'm terrified.
No, don't be terrified. We're all streaming.
Be afraid. Very afraid.
But I have everybody's stream on the slides so we can multi-stream. Hey, let me switch to the different BGM.
Mm-hmm.
That is my theme song. But now we will switch to the lovely ambient noise.
I was fucking loving your theme song.
It was.
Thank you. Yes. That's my theme song. That was done by my good friend Frankie, who was a musician who does all kinds of cool music for people. So definitely check out. All the credits are in my stream, but yeah, they do good stuff. Frankie, I think used to be Frankie.
Yeah, everyone is all Sabu-casting. So if you guys want, you guys can check out their stream at the same time.
Regardless, you know,
Thank you, Light.
because they're also a clown. At least on VR chat. At least that's my understanding. I have a lot of cool friends. Welcome to D&D. It's been a long time since I ran D&D on this stream. Though I actually got my start streaming as a D&D games master. So,
hello.
What I want to do to kind of start us off here is just have everybody introduce themselves, and then we'll talk a little bit about Dungeons and Dragons, and then we'll do the modules until we run out of steam or until we run out of time. Hey, Kevin Spicy's in the chat on my stream. One of my former players from the previous time I ran some of these modules. So
nice. Hi.
Let's talk about everybody we got here on the crew. I got a lovely little intro slide for everyone. And in no particular order. So would you introduce yourselves? And I'm going to be the one to go last.
No.
Yeah, you're first. You're first.
No.
Your first
No, this
Key-
sounds
Key
like
Cat.
a school project. Just
I
Right.
don't wanna.
I'm sorry. I'm actually a teacher in my other life, and so are you, apparently, or were. So
Yeah, I am.
yeah, you know,
or
you have
I
that teacher
was.
energy.
Yep. That's why I find it fun to say no and actually not do anything about it.
Yeah, right.
So anyways, I'm Hecate. I'm a cat. I like head pats, and I bite things. Very cat-like tendencies. I'm a variety VTuber. So that's pretty cool. I say variety in quotes because I love Project Moon games a bit too much, and sometimes that takes a bit too much time in my stream schedule. I've been playing D&D 5e for about like 5-6 years now. I've also checked out other systems like Big Eyes Small Mouth, which is very like anime related, and that one's really cool. It's much more roleplay heavy than actual combat, and it was really interesting to me. I'm sad to say that I couldn't get a session going with that, but it's really cool. I checked in Pathfinder a little bit as well as Log Horizon.
ooh.
I may have spelled your Twitch name wrong on the slide. Let me make sure I get a shout out for you.
That's right.
I like
is it XW?
I like Log Horizon the anime, but I didn't know there was a game.
That's how I learned about the game. Actually,
Wait, is it like
sadly, it's not
actually
fully
like
translated.
based off?
Yes, it is.
Ooh. Ooh.
Let me see if I can pull that up quickly, and then I can send it to you privately.
Yes, please.
I just
The
wasn't
abridged
typing
of
it
that
right, but I
anime
did
is-
find your channel. I typed it
Incredible.
right.
Yay!
I typed it right in the thing. Okay. There we go.
Let
There
me
we
shout out on my side too.
No.
You need to shout.
No, shout out everybody. They have to
I
share
don't know
the
how to do
love.
this.
Don't know how to stream
backslash
or
shout
send
out.
help.
I'm not
Mission
used to
lesson.
collaborating with others. I'm new. I need advice.
We're learning to collab. We're learning all the tricks, all the things.
Ask
Yeah.
Kaimon knows.
We're very
I
it,
bite his computer cords.
it
so.
won't be it be a good scuff today.
What edition Bessem?
What?
What edition Big Eye
5e.
Smallmouth?
Oh,
5e? Yeah.
sorry. And
Eye
for that
Smallmouth.
one, it's 4e.
Oh,
I was
okay.
checking out 3 and 4e.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't played Big Eye Smallmouth
Hi,
in a very,
Crone.
very
Yeah,
long time.
it's a
I think,
D&D
back when I used to run it, it
collab,
was like first edition. Maybe.
It's a D&D collab.
They also had a
Lita,
D20
the one
board at one
talking right
point
now,
that I
is
ran briefly,
teaching me
but
how
that was a
to
little
play
bit
the
of a
game.
little bit of a one-off. There was a Turtles Best module. It wouldn't surprise me. The book that I have is Sailor Moon for Big Eye Small Mouth, which is a hoot.
Ooh.
It's fun. It's a hoot to run Sailor Moon. Absolutely. Their source books are really fun for individual animes too, because like they have like episode guides and they stat everything. It's like such a nerdy. My chat is shocked there's a 4th edition Bessem already. Bessem's weird though. The balance is not. I've never found. Well, I'll be correct, Matt. I haven't played it in a long time, but back when I used to play it, I felt like it wasn't very balanced.
Hi, Liz.
Like,
Hi.
you could make a
I'm
broken
learning
character
Dungeons
really
and
easy. I don't know if they've
Dragons.
changed that.
Oh yeah. That was just me reading it. I'm like, some of this is kind of broken.
Yeah, it's very hard. Sailor Moon is very broken, so it's fun to fight her less than playing against her. You just steamroller everything, but she's kind of the final boss of anime. All right, next slide. Cool.
Oh boy, I am.
You're next.
Hi everybody, I'm Ku. VTuber mainly focusing a lot of the Souls game challenge runs. I like to challenge myself with the games that I play and do more interesting things like that. So call me Mascus, call me whatever. It's a lot of fun. As for the game systems I played, it's been mainly a lot of 5e and Pathfinder First Edition. Those are the ones I tried, but I've been playing those probably for 8 to 9 years, so a good
You're
while.
still quiet. I tried to turn you up before, but I'll turn him up a little
I
bit louder.
I can pull me up self.
Everyone's audio is good
Hopefully that helps out.
on my side.
Yeah, that's better.
There we go. I can just increase the gain on my end.
Yeah, that's better. We can hear you now.
So yeah, we do a lot of that stuff, a lot of fun, a lot of good challenges, lots of good jokes around with us.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you.
Have a good time and teach a few things, impart some knowledge.
I was mentioning earlier when we were doing our pre-game chat that I'm learning Souls liking for the first time, but I'm learning Elden Ring, but I'm definitely not that great at it yet. That's gonna be my Saturday stream.
It's a learning process. It's a fun, rewarding process, though. Definitely.
It is. It is.
For sure. And now you're our full newbie, our guinea pig tonight.
Yes. Hi everyone. Hi. My name is Kagi. I mainly just stream at night because I work a lot. I work a long day. But like Ku, I am a Soulsborne Souls-like player. Um, I'm trying to not specialize, but I'm trying to like play strictly those kind of games. I really like the process of dying a lot and learning the enemy movement. So I am completely fine with dying lots. Like I don't really get ragey. I'm just kind of like, oh, okay. And just kind of live with it. But I have no TTRPG experience at all. I made a tweet one day and was like, hey guys, I really want to learn how to play this. Can anyone teach me? And this is where I met all these wonderful people that I'm collabing with today.
Yeah, and
Yay!
thank you for
Yay.
pulling us all together. That was,
Yeah.
I saw your tweet and I thought, well, I'm me. I'm happy to be the person to teach you. I don't have like a lot of time in me to do like a full campaign right now, primarily because my variety streaming is out of control. And also, I have other projects that I'm working on that are aside. But what cool! Yeah, I'm
Thank you
getting a
for
lot
the
of
woo,
it's just like
Silver.
new people. Hey, there's only cool people ever on my stream, you know.
No.
So this is me. I'm Lita. I've been streaming for about 6 years. My VTuber just debuted last October with this new model. So I originally had a different brand that I was streaming under for a couple. This is just a one shot KSpice. I don't have time to do the campaign again. KSpice was in my former campaign, though. You'll recognize some of the atmosphere that I'm using for this because I'm using some of the old stuff that I had laying around KSpice. I do a little bit of everything. I'm a major variety streamer. I do challenges, speedrunning, retro RPGs. I'm playing Elden Ring for the first time on Saturdays.
Thank you for the follow,
Horror and
Lion.
variety,
Thank
and
you.
of course random chat. I did random chat last night. I've played a little D&D. You can read my slide. I've played
That's a
every
little.
edition. I've played every edition of
You're
Dungeons
just a
and Dragons.
little bit of a nerd.
I've run I've run 5 successful campaigns. As well as cons. I did get invited to a Critical Role taping. I did get to meet Matt Mercer.
Ooh.
And I almost got expelled from school for my filthy habit because they accused me of
Thank you,
drawing
Lion.
satanic symbols
Yeet.
on the
Lots of
chalkboard.
souls. Lots of souls.
I mean,
Because I was that really did happen in some small towns, and it did happen to me. I got drug in front of the dean, and they shouted at me for accidentally leaving Dungeons and Dragons paraphernalia where smaller children could see it, or something like that. I don't know. That was fun times. And I've run a lot of RPGs. I've run Call of Cthulhu. I've run Big Eye Small Mouth. I've run Dread. Made. I still want to get that made. I should be awarded a medal for that. People also tried to. Yes, I also was exorcised. There's also. It actually happened to me twice. I've been satanic panicked twice in my life.
that's.
I have no idea what that means.
Neither do I.
Well, so back in the day, if you played Dungeons and Dragons, it was considered Satan worship.
Oh yeah. I remember that now.
Yeah, so they basically told you that you were going to hell and you needed to be cleansed, and so like the person who stopped being my friend decided to do an intervention for me at one point, and the church yelled at me. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Did a lighter thing with like
sure.
Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon, if I recall too. That was
anything. They'll get you for anything. Pokemon.
Yeah.
They'll get you.
I remember that one.
Yeah.
Because I went to a Christian school, and I remember that very, very vividly. It was very interesting.
Thank you for the
that's
follow,
crazy.
Crash.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hi. Thank you.
So yeah, I've played a little D&D. I've read a little D&D. My actual first role playing game, which is so nerdy, is I played the Ninja Turtles role playing game when I was like super duper young.
That's fire.
Which is called TMNT and Other Strangeness. And if you're familiar at all with the Ninja Turtles comic book, they're so dark and so adult, and yet I was like, I watched the cartoon and I want to play the game. So it's based on the comic book and not the TV show. But it's really fun, and it's a lot like D&D. So once I had learned that game, I was like, oh, this other game is really similar. And you could be like the Hobbit and stuff. So yeah, and kind of worked my way into that. So for the benefit of everybody else who's watching the chat, because I'm a teacher, I like to do a little babble. I get in trouble for talking too much, but I'm going to keep this brief. What is Dungeons and Dragons?
Clap, 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 clap.
Nerd
Dungeons
shit.
and Dragons is when you get a bunch of really famous hot people in the same room and they all act their hearts out. No, that is not what Dungeons and Dragons is. I'm sorry. But that is what a lot of people think Dungeons and Dragons is.
Hi,
Somehow it got
Kronos.
glamorous.
Hi, welcome, welcome.
I don't really know why, but I guess it's just that so many glamorous people were playing
Lita's
it all
friends
of a
with an
sudden,
actual
and they
bishop
were
these
using
days, so I
these
guess
really
it worked out.
expensive items, and you somehow avoided watching Critical Role. I've watched it a little. The funny thing is that I saw it live, and I hadn't really like watched it up to that point. So it was like kind of a weird experience, but you may be familiar with Dungeons and Dragons from Stranger Things, which they also they got some of the rules wrong, and it's never stopped bothering me. But today we're here to teach Dungeons and Dragons to a new player and have few players that have played it multiple times before. Now, this particular folder binder of stuff that I have is from the Tomb of Annihilation. Tomb of Annihilation is a campaign that was released, I want to say, like in 2017. The 2017 is on the bottom of the slide, but 2017, 2018, somewhere along those lines. It is based in a jungle, which hence my little forest ambiance, although we'll put on some D&D music here in a second. Critical Role is like one piece. It's cool, but there's so much. Yeah, actually, I really recommend the cartoon show. That was a really good like summary
The
because
Legends of Vox Machina, yeah.
yeah, the Legends of Vox Machina. If you haven't watched that, it's really good. I enjoyed
Wait,
watching
is it
that. Yeah.
Sorry, is it a Critical Role cartoon?
Yes.
Yeah, it's their official cartoon.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's a good summarization of the entirety of the adventures and the major story beats.
Okay, okay.
The Legend of Vox Machina is really good because
Hi,
if you
Falls.
want to sit
That's
down
okay
and
if you wanna
actually
lurk.
watch the first Critical Role campaign,
Hi,
I
welcome,
don't
welcome.
particularly think you're going to have a good time because they didn't really have all their stuff together for they first started doing it, and it's kind of hard to follow. I think the second campaign they were more polished, and it was the same with like our campaign. We started like on my friend's couch, and we slowly like moved into like a proper studio because we were doing it like in a tabletop environment, much like they did. We actually did eventually like get like a really really nice setup. But that was like right before COVID, so we played for I don't know, I want to say like 3 years. It was a pretty good campaign. And theirs is very similar. So like the audio quality of their first few episodes isn't super good. And like for me, it's like very, very hard to follow. But if you watch the cartoon, that's like really easy to follow and it's fun. So that's what I would recommend if you want to learn more about like their whole thing. And then maybe you watch the second campaign. I don't know. I've watched a few bits and bobs of it, but not a whole lot. So I decided
We'll
to
definitely
run.
research.
Yeah, definitely. I decided to run Tomb of Annihilation because I'm very familiar with it. But also, oh, I see you were kidding about the voice acting. No, the voice acting is good. They're all professional voice actors doing professional voice acting. Oh, I lost my train of thought there. Let's move on to the game. The game. To make life easier. Oh, I was gonna say I thought it would be easiest to start us at level 1.
Sure.
Because level 1 is kind of like not the most exciting level in D&D, but we're gonna do mostly roleplay and not a lot of like too much
Combat.
like combat. Yeah, there's gonna be some, obviously.
You guys are gonna see
I'm
my
trying to keep it
amazing
simple.
role-playing skills.
So I made 10
AKA nothing.
pre-gens, and like you're gonna grab you on the spot. If we want to make any changes, absolutely can make changes, and I will just toss you these sheets on the Discord as you pick. And if you obviously we have a first timer here. If you don't know anything about what these classes are, I'll just run over really quick. So I threw some races on here. What D&D Beyond makes you pick the race and then the class. So I basically just picked random races for people. Like I said, I could change these if you want. But I made a dwarf barbarian. So dwarfs, of course, they're short, stout, strong, sturdy. Half elf bard. Half elf is a classic human plus kind of vibe. A lot of people like to pick up half elves because they get the dark vision and everything. But they're still like kind of mostly like a human. They just have a couple elven traits. Elf. I made an elf cleric. Now I made a druid. I made a genasi just because the D&D Beyond lets you do that. And the one that I picked is half earth elemental because I thought it like felt with the druid vibe. So if you want to go that route, you can, or we could easily swap. Like if you want to do like a half elemental on another one of these characters, I can quickly like redo them. I made a human fighter, the most basic character you can be.
Yeah.
I love paladins, so I made one of those too. And we're not going to worry too much about like what god you worship in this, although I will talk a little bit about the setting of D&D as we go in. I made a bird person because you can do that
Squawk.
on D&D Beyond. And
Arakakra.
Arakakra, yeah. And they're kind of broken because they can fly, but they can't like fly like crazy good.
I mean, any fly speed is good fly speed.
Yeah, any fly speed is a good fly speed. It's classic halfling rogue, which is, you know, like a hobbit if you're not familiar with halflings, but similar. And dragonborn is like a dragon person, not like in Skyrim. That's a different dragonborn. A sorcerer.
Dun, dun, dun.
Because the sorcerer class kind of implies that you have draconic blood, so it was just like an easy thing to glue together. But technically, you could be a sorcerer of any race. They'll just ask you, like, what dragon ancestor did you have? And you just could say, like, oh, I was descended from a gold dragon 100 years ago, thousands of years ago, whatever. At 100, they'd still be around. That might be awkward.
Bard 1,000 years ago got busy.
Crimson Dragon, don't mind it.
And then I made a wizard. Elf wizard, another classic setup. So
Question.
What? Yeah, go ahead.
This sounds dumb. Okay, so I
not
kind
dumb.
of know what a hobbit is. Like I've seen the movies, but at the same time,
Mhm.
what is a halfling mixed with?
They're not half anything. They
Oh,
just,
okay.
it's
They're
just
just
like
Half-sized.
Half sized.
Yes.
Okay,
Pretty
okay.
much. Best way to think about it.
Okay,
Even though I
okay.
think
It's
they're
not
smaller
like
than
half.
gnomes.
Hey.
halfling is like legally distinct hobbit. Although there's actually two subraces of halflings. There's the Lightfoot and the Stoutheart. This one is a Lightfoot. Doesn't really like they're basically like little people.
Little people.
Mhm.
Okay.
Actually, I think in first edition they were called hobbits, and then they were forced to change it.
Yeah,
Yep,
because
can't
that's
imagine
like
why.
trademarked.
Yeah.
Boy,
imagine
Asuna,
why.
what are
So
you
they had to
talking
come up with
about?
something else. And they were
I'm pretty
originally
sure
like,
hobbits
they
are
have
smaller
hairy
than
feet.
me.
They're not called hobbits.
No.
That yep.
Okay.
So
Thank
other
you.
questions? Nope. And there's no stupid questions. You're learning. So
There's
Can I have a
there's a lot to
cookie?
go over too.
what?
Yeah, like the only thing I know about these kind of races are like just typical RP things you see in like fantasy.
Exactly. D&D is very much like if you could imagine the cliche of the thing, that's basically it. Because D&D is kind of the basis for a lot of these, or it would be more accurate to say that Tolkien came
propagated.
first and D&D ripped it off, and then other things ripped off D&D, and it just sort of became a loop of. So it's definitely the cliche of how you would imagine.
Okay. Okay. I'll
So
think cliche.
elves are just like in Lord of the Rings, especially since these characters are both made as high elves. So they're like elegant and they live in the forest, but they're tall and they're not like short Kleber
They're
elves.
pretty people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I kind of put a little note for the ones that were less familiar. So like a half elemental, they have the powers of whatever type of elemental they are. So earth would be like you can like do stuff with rocks.
Yeah.
And if you're like a
Earthbending.
water elemental, you can breathe underwater
Yeah.
and stuff like
And
that.
it matches with druid because druids are kind of like, you know, grass forests.
Exactly. I thought it would be a
Earth-ish.
cool twist.
What is an Arakocra bird squark?
Oh,
Is it like okay?
they are like actual
Think-
bird people?
Think
So they have, like-
think
Like harpy?
yeah, think the
little bit.
the bird people from the painted world of Ariamis.
Ugh. Okay.
Kind of like that. A little bit better looking, but that's the general idea.
Okay.
Let me get a. They
Got
look
it.
like they are like actual burb.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're burb. And you can
I've seen
be
them in
like,
fantasies. Okay, got it.
You can be like any type of burb, so it doesn't have to be like that's an eagle. There's an owl.
Cute.
There's also one that like this one is a parrot. This is a smaller picture, but so you can be like any kind of burb
Mhm.
person.
My brain just
Wanna
thought
be a
of the
bird?
smallest bird and was like, okay, you know.
Go for it.
Peacock
Oh,
Arakocra is peak roleplay though.
That
Sorry,
you know
wow.
what? You know what? Peacock, you could do that. Or a tiny little sparrow. I mean, you're still a full size person, but a little finch guy, yeah.
I was just thinking like, oh, that'd be hilarious. Okay.
You think you might want to go for the burb? I mean, it's up to you.
I'm open to at anything. I'm gonna
God, we're
practice.
all
Yeah.
indecisive.
Y'all
is
have
great.
to choose. This is the choose you must make.
Oh.
Choose the choice you must choose the choice.
I mean,
And then I will put them in the
I'm
chat.
used to being a ranger in a lot of games.
Okay.
I like my far range, mid range kind of stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought that would have like nice synergy with being a bird as well, because then you can like and you might see I just throw that in the chat, so it should show up in your Discord if you want to take
Yeah.
a look at it.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna open it up on my screen as well.
I have to see.
Oops, I have to open up the other window.
Open the
the wrong.
things.
There. Yeah, I gotta open up all the things.
All
This
the
is a
character
different
sheets.
character sheet than I'm used to. Interesting.
These are right off D&D Beyond, so
Mhm.
and
that's probably-
it's got a name on it, but I mean that's easily editable. Sometimes it automatically generated a name, and I was like, okay, well, Ice isn't the weird name, but it's kind of short, but we can work with it. So
Yeah, that works.
I used the I mean we can stick with it even. Whatever you want to call your character is fine, though. You don't have to choose the name that it came with. I also noticed that it has my old screen name on some of these, so you can delete that.
Name
as well.
him Genichiro and have a good time of it.
Genichiro.
So Genichiro does lightning though.
I know, but it'd be funny.
Oh, the sorcerer does lightning.
That's true.
This is a lightning character.
I mean, I can be Priscilla. No, I'm joking.
Priscilla. A couple things to note about the burb. They basically have everything added that you need already, so we'll go over these things during play. But you can see that you actually have an unarmed strike with your well, you're
I have a minus.
You're
No,
not
I mean,
book smart, but you're money smart, and that makes you more intelligent.
I mean, sounds like a bird. You know, they go for shiny things.
Mm-hmm. You have a high.
They're not the
wisdom.
brightest.
So
okay,
maybe
not the brightest
maybe
crown
not
on the
book
box.
smart, but a +2 wisdom is really good.
Okay.
So there's wisdom is the difference between intelligence and wisdom. Wisdom is kind of like your that was a joke referencing a viral video, by the way. The difference between wisdom and intelligence is that wisdom you get like perception, anything like in the out of doors, which is why rangers tend to have a higher wisdom.
Oh, like common
insight,
sense stuff.
Yeah, animal handling, common sense, exactly. Survival goes off wisdom. Like anything that's like knowing facts goes off intelligence. So if it's like history, that goes
perfect.
off intelligence.
I'm dumb.
Yeah, so.
Book smart versus street smart is pretty much.
Yeah, book smart versus street smart, exactly.
Is the best way to. This is the most general terms I can put it
and
in.
then charisma
another
is,
thing
of course,
to
people
notice,
smart.
People smart, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So you also have a charisma stat. Yours is even. It's a +0, which means it's neither. It's just kind of flatline. It's not bad or good. All these characters were generated using what they call a standard array, which means that you've got like one really good stat, which is your dexterity in this case, and then you're gonna have one what they call your dump stat, which is your low stat. And in this case, it's intelligence.
Oh, that's
so
fine.
everybody's gonna have like one good thing, one bad thing, and then a bunch of things in the middle.
Okay.
With the bird person, you have the unarmed strike with talons. If you want to just scratch people, you can do that.
Where am I looking at?
It's on my screen.
I see.
If you scroll down, did you grab the PDF?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And you also get to choose a favorite enemy. Right now, I just basically gave you animals because that kind of makes the most sense. That probably won't come up this session, but it's just kind of one of those things.
What does PHB mean?
So PHB stands for Player's Handbook. Yeah.
Like which page?
Yeah, it's the page to reference in the book if you're going to be actually using the books. I have the physical books next to me, but they're not obviously on screen, so.
Okay, that's fine.
Any questions you have, I am happy to open the book and answer it for you. But all these things that say like PHB 90 or whatever, it's just saying like if you reference this if you want to know more about this thing.
Okay, what's EE?
EE.
Is that elemental evil?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's different books is usually what those will be.
Oh, okay, just ignore
yeah,
this.
like
Got it.
XGH, I think is one.
Is what is that?
I think that one's Xanathar. Oh wait,
Xanathar's Guide to Everything, right?
Yeah. Oh, it was E, not H. There you go.
a lot of the times when you see those, it's just different books, different rules that get referenced, because there's, I don't even know how many books there are for 5e right now
There's a lot.
that are
A lot.
actively used.
5e is almost
Mordenkainen's,
5e is getting close to the end of its life cycle, and they're probably going to switch to 6e relatively soon because
doing
the one
1E, aren't they?
no, they're right. They're like we're restarting. It's D&D. Yeah, they tried that before. It didn't work. 5e was supposed to be that.
Yep.
I was in the frickin' playtest for 5e, and they're like, "No, it's Dungeons and Dragons. We're not calling it 5th edition." Bet.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna call it 5th edition, guys. Everybody's gonna call the new one 6th edition. You can't
It's
reboot
just gonna
Dungeons and
happen.
Dragons. You can't reboot.
Mhm.
It's not a thing.
Nope.
Right.
We'll
Who else wants to
continue
pick
to
a character?
Cool.
I have literally zero preference, so
You could roll a
and
D10.
me, you know,
We're technically a D9 now.
Yes. Well.
D10 take away the 10.
Yeah.
Do I have any preference? Do I really have any preference here? No, not really. So we'll roll a D10 and see
I
what.
got the die roller up. You
got
got
a
a 5.
I'll be
Let's
5.
go back. Wait. Let's go back.
Let's see what I. Let's see
1,
what
2,
I got.
3, 4, 5. You got a human fighter, the least exciting character.
Honestly, that's been my new favorite thing to play recently. As
Oh, well,
boring
there
as
you
it
go.
The most
sounds,
generic, really?
so
it's awesome.
it's specifically a little bit of thing into the current campaign we're running. Essentially, I've been told that I'm able to learn some alchemy and do stuff, and I'm essentially able to potion dope the fighter, my fighter character, to do some really dumb stuff, and I'm like, this is really hilarious and interesting now.
So this one doesn't need too much explanation. This is level 1 human fighter. You've got the ability to do an arm strike. You are trained in athletics, so your big stat is strength +3. And the rest of this was pretty much auto-generated. You got 12 hit points. And
Amazing.
the usual fighter kit, which is all PHB stuff, so nothing too confusing, complicated there. Chainmail, longsword, and general adventuring gear.
Silver calling me slow. What?
You can swap to leather armor.
That was a
if you
very slow
want, but
response.
It doesn't really matter. I'll let you choose.
I'll just stay with the chain. It's fine.
Alrighty. All right, last one to pick.
Me. I'll be a fallen Aasimar Paladin of Helm.
Oh, okay. You've got your
Solid.
character built already. Do you want to share it in the chat so I know your character?
I don't have it built already.
Oh, you don't have it? Okay.
Nope, I'm just like, oh, you can generate things? Cool, I'm gonna do this.
Okay.
I can make it
Aasimar
easily.
Paladin, the classic.
You can make it on D&D Beyond.
Hey, I'm slow because I'm in a
I have
collab.
my own character
Hush.
template that I can do.
Oh, okie dokie. As long as I have a PDF, then I'm totally good with it. I like paladins. Paladins are fun.
Yeah, definitely. Give me a second.
And do you want to explain to the newbie what a Aasimar is? I don't have any Aasimar on here, but they're legal for D&D Beyond.
So an Aasimar is basically some people who have angels looking after them. So in turn, they get some powers to help people. So for example, healing, you can heal people with their hands. Sometimes, depending on which one you are, you would be dealing extra radiant damage because there's different damage types. But for this one, I'm specifically going with the more evil inclined and going more necrotic shroud would be its ability, but I get that later. But for now,
Necrotic like necromancy?
yes.
Oh, okay.
There's radiant as in gods, and then necrotic as in undead.
Okay.
There's pretty good synergy with the Aasimar
Okay,
and Paladin.
bye-bye,
because they kinda
Silver.
both
Thanks
have,
for dropping
that
by.
Celestial /
Bye-bye.
infernal kind of vibe, depending on which direction you take it. Of course, there's good synergy with that and the Warlock too, but I didn't build any Warlocks so that.
Warlock.
Paladin is probably my favorite class. Paladin is just so much fun with the being able to either heal or harm people. Plus, you get a big sword too, or a big axe or whatever it is you use.
Yeah.
Last time I played in the campaign, I was a dark paladin, so it's definitely a vibe. I like that vibe a lot.
It's a good vibe.
Yeah. Been a while since I played that character. I have a mini for her though.
I always keep the crack in case of emergency Swarlock character in case I need to mess with somebody. If somebody says bring your best, and I'm like, yep, here we go.
If you have your character ready, you could either share it in the chat or you could just like get it out in front of you and just tell me what's up with
I'm
it. I don't
literally
know either
making
way.
it right now.
Oh, okay, no worries. Well, we're not in a hurry. We've got the evening to get here. Well, while you're doing that, I'm gonna swap to the actual music because I was just playing the little forest ambiance.
I literally put down -8 as my initiative. I'm like, that's wrong. Gotta switch that.
Get that D&D music.
Just a
Hopefully
little.
it's not super duper loud.
Hi, Touch. Hi, welcome, welcome. I'm learning.
Yeah, we're doing a standard.
Apparently, I'm
standard
a
way
burb
Got it.
So
ranger.
it's pretty quick.
And
Not as the fastest way.
Yeah, I
Uh,
got the stats all
how do
up.
I pronounce
I just
it?
need to remember like paladin starting stuff. Got it.
Oh,
𝐂𝐇𝐀𝐓.
and since we have a new player, let me go over the stats really briefly. Just to explain how the stats work in D&D. You've got this base stat here, which is a roll of... originally, these were always randomly rolled, so they were 3d6. And then people started coming up with like other random ways to roll them, like 4d6 drop the lowest is fairly common. There's like a lot of ways now to generate characters. And eventually they came up with this concept of the standard array, which kind of just makes life a little bit easier. Hey folks, those of you that are joining us today, we are playing D&D for the first time in like a long
being
time.
nerds.
Yay!
Yay,
We're
nerds.
cool
We haven't been to
nerds.
stream in a while.
Cool nerds.
All nerds are cool. It's great.
Yeah.
All nerds. Yeah, so that's why you see this little number here at the bottom, but that number does not freaking matter at all, and it is only there for reasons of it was there in all the other editions, and it doesn't mean anything in the current edition. It's just there for like backward compatibility legacy reasons. The number you care about is this modifier. This actually is what you add to your die roll. So if I am this fighter character and I'm trying to make a roll to see my strength, I'm just going to go ahead and roll a d20 real quick. And I got a 16, so that's a really good roll. My dice are hot, by the way. It's going to be bad for you guys.
Yep, that's fine.
And that means I add a +3. So that's like a super, super good roll. If I had a 16 +3, I have a 19 at level 1. I'm probably going to be able to accomplish what I'm trying to accomplish unless it's just beyond something of my level. Now, you may have seen earlier I rolled a 20. That when it's a nat 20 like that, that's considered a crit, and it's usually like an instant success in anything you do. In some cases, you have to crit confirm, mean like roll the d20 again to like see if you do extra damage or something to whoever you're attacking. So if you're attacking in this session and you get a 20, it'll automatically always hit, and then if you roll like hit again, you'll do double damage. So that's basically how that works for like attacking or anything that's like a crit. People love to see that nat 20. It's very... The d20 is the thing that you'll be rolling the most. Any kind of skill check or anything is going to be on that d20. And those are like your most common rolls. But if you're rolling like damage for a weapon or something like that, it'll usually be on your sheet what you're rolling. So like, for example, that's like the longsword. There should be... I don't know what... Sometimes they give you a character name here. You don't have to stick to that. It looks like the longsword isn't actually on here, but you do have a longsword, so we'll add that to the sheet as well. And it should be +4 because that's what your 2-hit modifier is. See, this proficiency bonus here is what you add to any attack rolls that you happen to have. So in this case, since you've got a +3 strength, you should just have a +5 to roll with the longsword, which is really pretty good. And then let me just double check the damage on that longsword because apparently it did not get added to the sheet. Should be a D.
D6?
It should be a D6.
I think it's yeah, that sounds right.
I think it's a D6 unless it's a D8. Well, I hope I'm not covering my camera.
Is it a D?
Oh, question. What is that P under the skills? It's like there's a bunch of bubbles, and then inside the bubbles there's a P.
So that is the proficiency bonus. So as you level up, your character has a certain level of proficiency, and if you are proficient in a skill and action and such, you get to add that bonus to whatever it is you're doing, just making you better at it because you're proficient.
Got it.
Longsword is D8. Chad is reminding me.
It is D8. Amazing.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was D8 or D6. Short sword's D6.
Ah.
I might need
So
to have
is that under equipment?
Yeah, and you might want to check your weapons as well because you might not have them written on your sheet. It was like only your unarmed strikes made it to your sheet. So I have it on the screen right now. And we can, you know, if you don't want to, it looks like you have 2 short swords and a longbow, so you are totally stacked. Because one of the things the rangers can do is fight 2 weapon.
Oh, we're dual sword. We're dual
Yeah.
people.
You can do a wield, yeah.
Yeah.
Sword
Is nice.
sword. I will copy.
And then
what
you also
typed.
have the longbow. So
Do
with the
the
short
do
sword,
weapons have
that is
durability?
1d6. No, you don't have to worry about that.
Okay.
Thankfully, unless we fight Ross
At
monsters.
dungeon master's
but-
discretion.
There are certain types of enemies that can impact the durability of your weapon. We probably won't be fighting those in this session.
Okay.
So yeah, you have 1d6 here. And this uses your proficiency bonus.
I'm
plus
Rororona
3. So
Soro.
for you, it's +3 for melee,
Onigiri.
as listed on your
I'm
unarmed
hungry.
strikes. And then it's also going to be, because ranged weapons use your dexterity, which is your high stat, and your proficiency bonus, it's going to be +5 to hit with your bow. So you're better off using your bow if you can, but if you get in close, you can do a lot of damage with those swords you can dual wield.
Wait, so these +5 means I have to roll like a d20 or
Right.
whatever
No, you roll
the
a d20.
roll d20.
And you add that number to your roll.
Mhm.
Okay. So because longboard doesn't have a d something, it's automatically a d20, and then short swords are d6.
Oh, so
That is for damage.
There's 2 rolls you have to make. You have to make the roll to see if you hit, and then you make the roll to see if you do damage. So the damage that you do is depending on the weapon. So for the longbow, it's 1d8.
So if I want to damage something, I roll a 20 to see if I can even attack.
Right.
And then I have to roll, if I attack, then it's like, oh, okay, then I have to roll a second dice to add the damage to it.
Correct.
So it'd be like, for this one, it'd be the highest would be 8 plus 5.
Well, for your d20, it's +5. For
Or
your
I mean, for the
damage-
longbow.
Yeah, it's 1d8. Oh, plus your dex bonus.
Oh.
You have to
So-
still, I know. It's hard.
I'll
It's so
figure it out
much.
eventually.
Well, when we get into combat, I'll re-explain.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Whenever you attack, you basically roll 2 hit, and then you roll 2 damage. So there's 2 rolls involved.
Okay.
Then you add your
Mhm.
whatever your bonus is. So for this, since you have the +1 strength, you're always going to do +1 damage. And for this, since you're the plus, and the ranged weapons go off dex.
Okay.
So it's like that.
Okay. You'll figure it out for me, right?
You'll figure it out. Yeah, of course, of course.
We're here to help.
And we won't make it like, oh, short sword goes off dex as well. Some chat's telling me I
Yes,
didn't.
short sword
it should
is
all be off
finesse.
dex. It's a finesse.
So
weapon,
actually, if it's a finesse weapon, you can do strength or dex, depending on what you prefer.
Actually, you know, hold on, Kagi. I think I figured out the best way to explain it to you. The damage bonus you add is essentially equivalent to the scaling stat modifier from Dark Souls.
Right.
So the higher your associated stat, the more damage it winds up doing.
Okay.
That's it's as simple as that.
My brain's just
thi-
like, got it.
this character is built pretty efficiently, so they're always going to get their finesse bonus when they do damage with their weapons. So
Okay.
yeah, good point.
And-
You can. I'm so used to melee being strength and ranged being dex, but actually there are finesse weapons that allow you to use your dex, so you could just use your dex.
So
Wonderful.
the cutoff point to know if I actually attack or like successfully attack or not is it like 10, like half,
Oh, it depends.
or is
on
it
the
up to
enemy.
the DM? Oh,
Depends on the enemy.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Some enemies are harder to fight than others, so the GM will tell you if you hit or not after you've rolled the dice.
Okay, got it.
Yep. Are you still working on your character?
I sent it.
Oh, okay. I don't have my Discord open. Perfect. Oh, I gotta download that character. I'll grab it off my.
Heck yeah.
I literally just threw it up very quickly.
There's
there were a
another
few
stat
mistakes,
called
but I'm
armor class, which
still
is the
working on
roll
it,
you
but it
need
has
to
all
do
the
damage
stats
the
and all that.
enemy. They
That's
also have their own
okay.
armor
For the most part,
I'm not
saving
too-
throws were a little
I'm
off
not
when I sent
too
it.
worried about it.
Amazing.
This is
Okay.
all for good fun, so no problem.
I'll figure it out
I think
eventually.
Phoebe has
Is it
played,
really?
has DM'd has DM'd more recently than I have, so if I get any details wrong, you can correct me in the chat. It's been so long. Oh, wait, did that load? There we go. Okay, now it
Armor
loaded.
class is based on your equipment plus some of your dex modifier.
Oh yeah, you got the template.
Okay,
oh,
okay.
beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, and you've got your armor
Oh.
class.
Because that's, I mean, my template was a little different.
That's fine. It looks pretty similar. Yeah, it's got a different second page, huh?
Yeah. I added 3 jars of salt and 3 jars of cinnamon. Yep.
That's so specific.
Yep.
Is the salt for drawing circles around demons?
No.
Okay.
That
the
was
salt
my
is
first thought.
The salt
No,
is
it's
just
just
for
mine.
salt. Just for
My
salt.
salt.
Okay. Wonderful. Keep my eye
That
on
is
the adventure.
Concerningly specific.
Oh, and
You
the
know,
cinnamon too.
sometimes you just need salt.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
play
could
Dark
do
Souls.
20
I'm always
bags
full
of
salt.
blueberries
Oh,
if you
okay.
want.
Oh, no.
Oh, so
You can
I
make- you
have
can
my
make
own
evil
armor, and
beanbags and throw them at all the
basically
bad guys.
enemies need to break
Exactly.
my armor
And
in order
you've
to
chosen a
damage
great
me.
sword,
Well,
2d6 as your
break,
weapon.
quote,
Yeah.
quote. Okay, okay, gotcha,
Cool.
gotcha.
So are we ready to start?
Yeah.
So,
Okay, good. Cool.
I have a pickaxe now.
I gotta take it.
Pickaxe.
Oh, you changed
Hell
it to.
yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna take a deep
I had to
breath.
mine my salt,
Start
maybe.
the adventure.
I gotta figure out my story to say.
Huh? Oh, huh? What? Oh, what? Oh.
It's my backstory, how'd I get all this salt and cinnamon?
Well,
You're a chef.
do-
I don't know.
you do
You're a shit.
start the adventure on a boat coming into the port.
Got it.
So it's possible that you are a trader. Maybe you're trading it, bringing it with you to trade. Or there's other barrels of salt and cinnamon on the boat when you arrive. Let me move on to the prologue. And I'm going to be reading some of this directly from the module, and then I will continue to elaborate and expound upon things as time goes forward. So imagine yourselves on a boat heading into a warm tropical port town. A westerly wind picks up as your ship approaches the inner mouth of the bay. To the west, mountains of dark gray stone lead to jagged peaks jutting out from an endless canopy of trees so thick it seems as if the sun could only dare beat its way in. Ahead, the tall stone-cast walls of Port Nyanzaru form a stockade barrier between the bay and the city proper. Your ship passes through the gates, into the harbor, and land rises, marking the city's districts. Rows of buildings made of multicolored patch stonework are decorated by colorful rooftops and murals. Small, winged lizards flitter past the ship's bow, heading off into the trees as you pull into the harbor. You finally arrived, and it's time to get a clear lay of the land. Now, one thing that you will notice in my accompanying illustration here is that this city has a lot of lizard folk, and in particular, they use dinosaurs as pack animals here. So you'll see smaller dinosaurs with packs on their backs, little dinosaurs pulling carts, and little winged lizards flitting through the air, as you would also occasionally see tropical birds. Sometimes you'll even see a lizard eat a bird, or vice versa.
Oops.
And as the sky flutters with tiny winged lizards as you pull into the harbor. It's very warm. It's the hot day, and this is a humid climate. So it is a little bit sticky. But the breeze from the sea is on your faces, and you're just happy to finally be seeing land after a long journey. You might want to now introduce your characters to each other. Tell us what your character names are, because you have been on the boat for a week or so now, so you would have gotten a chance to get to know one another.
Here.
Who wants to introduce themselves first? Do you have a name for your character? You have to think of one if you don't. Or you can always use the random name generator.
I use random name generators so often. But this time
That's
I
fair.
got my own.
Right. You want to go first?
Sure.
Introduce your character.
Me?
Yeah, I've got you on the screen,
Okay.
so yeah.
No. Anyways, I'm Mercury. So I have pale, extremely pale skin, amber eyes, and long black hair that sometimes gets in the way of some chainmail I'm currently wearing.
Pale skin, amber eyes.
Long black hair.
Who I'm gonna make you go next because your character has no name. What's your character's name gonna be?
The character, it's I don't know the shit, but I get it. So the character's name is 𝐂𝐇𝐀𝐓. He is on the shorter end for a human. Good growth of a beard. And he is.
Oh, I spelled that like that. GAVLAN.
GAVLAN, yeah.
Okay, got it.
And he is on a journey just to hone his swordsmanship skills. Basic, we'll go easy story for this. Nothing crazy.
Yep. Oh, and the background your character has is folk hero. So you've already done like some dragon slaying or some kind of monster slaying, maybe some goblin slaying back home. So maybe you're coming into the dungeon to like
Slayer?
yeah,
Goblin Slayer.
like get more heroic experience. All right, Ranger, you're next. Kagi, you want to talk about your character? They came with this name. You can change. You can name whatever you like.
I'm fine with ice.
What
Hi,
kind
I'm
of bird are
Ice.
you?
To be honest, considering my intelligence is low and I go for shiny things, I'm thinking I'm a pigeon.
Very good. Very good.
Pigeon.
What else do I say? Why am I
Everything.
here? What?
Yeah, what brings you to the port town?
I'm sorry. You guys will discover my lack of RP abilities.
It's
Um,
okay.
That's
You're
totally fine.
learning.
I followed the.
You're
I don't know.
you're out
The-
for adventure. You're following the wind and the
following the wind
energy
and-
is taking you.
Bird.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the
That makes
treasure.
sense.
I don't know. Sure, treasure.
Treasure is also a good motivator in this game. Absolutely. You know,
Don't
you
worry,
always gotta
Kagi,
know
I
when
got your
treasure is.
reference picture.
Reference picture? Somebody
I
show that
have
in
a
the
picture.
chat.
I
Low-key
Oh,
shared it.
amazing
perfect,
ref.
perfect. Okay, we'll use this.
That's low-key
Hey!
fantastic, actually.
Oh, that's cute.
Very good, very cute.
Aw,
Burp. Excellent.
cool.
Right. So you've got a pigeon person, pigeon girl on the ship. You've got the human fighter, and then you've got the Asimar with the pale skin. Excellent. I think you've all gotten a chance to talk to one another at this point, and just for the sake of like party cohesion / we're all on this adventure together. So you sort of all know each other's deal by this point, at least like why you're here, and that you're all sort of looking for adventure, right? Excellent. Okay. Just to make it simpler. So you disembark along with other merchants that are on the ship. You could be trading in spices to this port as well. That's why you've got some cinnamon that you swiped from the spice trade and
Of course.
the whole
Soaked
yeah.
in cinnamon.
Perfect.
My face is
and
just covered in it.
everybody that's a merchant on the ship is starting to unload the spices and other goods. Since they're here, they're going to be trading for other things that are in the city. And there is a man. Well, you're pretty sure it's a man. He's dressed in quite fine garb. And he approaches the boat and talks to the crew a little bit. And sees you all disembarking, comes in and greets you, and says, "Welcome to the port. This is your first time in Yanzaru, yes?"
First time and hopefully last. I'll be honest,
Grr.
it's way too hot here.
It is. I believe you will get used to the climate, but when the rains break through, it's most refreshing. It's very pleasant, although it does I know tend to weigh on those that wear heavy armor, the stickiness and the heat.
Well, I guess I'll be waiting for those rains down in Africa then.
Yeah, there's very much an Africa vibe to this particular campaign setting.
Are there even pigeons in Africa?
Welcome to
Don't think
Africa.
too much about it.
I'm in the wrong place.
They have swallows, right? The African swallows. That's the thing.
African or European swallows.
African or European. Exactly.
I boarded the wrong ship. I'm here. Hi. It's too hot.
If you're interested in learning what there is to do in this city, you should probably head either to the Merchant's Ward or to one of our local inn establishments. I'm sure after your long journey, you want to see some dry land, have a clean bed, perhaps a meal, something a little bit more local than the ship tack that you've been eating the last week or so.
Yes, please.
Anything's better than those.
Let me direct you to the Thundering Lizard. It's a bit of a more lively establishment. You probably have a good time there, and you could learn a rumor or two about what's going on in the town.
Right. Let's head off then.
Would be much appreciated.
So you traveled not too terribly far, because the travelers in the city all have the wards that they go to when you're from out of town. There's only a couple places that people direct you, but you have a feeling the portmaster, it's kind of his job to make sure that no one inn is like overcrowded and making sure that everybody's like accommodated properly and everything. And this location does get some what you might consider tourist traffic because it's very tropical, but it's so far away that it's not like necessarily a pleasure cruise per se for most people. Most people are here to do business. As you head into the market ward and into the inn, it's called the Thundering Lizard, and there's lots of rather loud, boisterous conversation going on. People are making tropical drinks. You can get yourself some skewered meat, and some steamed vegetables and some other things that are local. Everything is very spicy. There's a coconut juices used. The meal is pretty good. It will cost 5 silver to have a proper meal, but we're not going to nickel and dime you on the money, so just know that they definitely do want you to pay a little bit. But if you're low on cash, there's probably plenty of things you can do to get money out.
Welcome.
This town has various wards that you can explore. You can sort of see on this big map here, but I'll read it more just since it's kind of small on your screen probably. There is the Market Ward, which is located in the eastern portion here. This is where the tradesfolk are working and living. There's the Merchant Ward, which, if you're here to trade, you probably want to head in this direction. This is on the north side, north of the harbor. Old City, which is kind of the poor side of town, but there's 5 silver Disney. Yeah, it's 5 silvers. It's a nice inn, okay. Old City is where there's like hovels and tents and some ruins, and it's not the nice. It's kind of the bad side of town, but on the other hand, there might be some adventure or some excitement there. And there's also I'm trying to read this word. Tiriki Anchorage.
You haven't missed much, Kat. We just got our own characters, and we're just learning
other folks that might be visiting
about this town we just landed in.
Semi-permanent.
I'm a pigeon, by the way.
So you get into
a pigeon
the inn,
ranger,
and now it is somewhat up to you what part of the town you would like to explore. Be it headed to the outskirts to see if there's any trouble to stir up, or going into the Merchant's Ward to see if you can find work, or going to the Market Ward likewise. So I'll let you decide. Do you want to head out into the jungle, or do you want to try to find some people to talk to? This is very open-ended at this point.
I have a personal preference for visiting the slums, but
that makes sense.
Places you'd prefer first? Companions?
Gavlan would like to see the jungle and its creatures.
Excellent, excellent. If you want to head out toward the slums/jungle, you'll be headed up into the north part of town, into the area where there's ruins and such.
Ooh, ruins.
Mm-hmm. Now, keep in mind, it's still very warm, but, maybe some fresh air might get you away from the very crowded hustle and bustle of the streets, so... plus, you might be able to, spread your wings a little bit, so that might not be a bad idea.
That sounds like a good idea. I don't know, just need to de-rust some stuff. Too
Yeah.
long of a boat ride.
So
We
you
can
want to
wait
head
an
into...
hour and then head
Okay.
out.
Yeah, wait an hour? Yeah, well... Maybe you want to sit around at the inn a little bit and see, what kind of things people are talking about and all that. Let me just flip to that real quick. Let's have everybody, just to kind of unrust and shake some of the sillies out, make a roll. I'm going to say... okay, so let's look at it this way.
Mm-hmm.
Either insight, if you're just hoping to stumble across something, or investigation if you're actually trying to find clues and see what's going on. Whatever feels better for your character. So that it'd be a wisdom roll for insight, or investigation is intelligence.
Got it.
We're gonna
And since we're using roll 20, just go ahead and roll a d20, and then you're going to add whatever bonus.
So you said perception or investigation? Oh, insight.
Insight or investigation, yeah.
Got it.
I think yeah. Okay.
Everyone roll?
Yep. Everybody roll.
Is going to roll insight. Oh wow, there we go.
Oh, we can roll insight or wisdom, you said, right?
Insight is wisdom, so it goes off your...
roll.
Oh, let me explain the skills to you, since you probably don't know what I'm talking about. Over here in this section of your sheet, there is this skills list here. These were the worst in 3.5. There was like a bajillion of them, but you had to min-max like crazy. But now it's very simple. Now it's just a handful of basic skills that you basically can add stuff to. If you have a little checkbox here, it means you're trained in that skill, so you get a little of additional bonus. Otherwise, it just is add whatever your bonus is that's associated with that skill. So, for example, for Ice here, you have an athletics training, so you're adding a +3. So you're adding your strength +2 +3. So that's what that little P stands for. It stands for proficient. So all you have to do is look at the number that's on the sheet. And I know it's like super tiny, but if you zoom in, you should be able to see it. I think I might even make this bigger so we can actually see.
Mine's like a -1 for investigation.
Yeah. So you probably want to go with insight because that's a +2.
Ah. Sorry, what's the difference again?
Oh, insight is like intuition, and investigation is like trying to find information.
Ah. I go with my guts.
Yeah, you go with your guts because you're a creature of nature.
Wisdom. So that is +2 with another +2 wisdom?
No, just that's it. You got 13, and you add the +2 for your insight. So this is +2 right here. So
okay.
So you have an 18, and you are rolling your insight as well, or your investigate. Oh, insight, yeah, because you don't have. But those are both low scores for you. But you had a good roll, so you have an 18, and you have a 15 because you had a +1, and you had a +2 actually, so you also have a 15. So we got 18, 15, 15.
We're using up the good rolls now.
Oh, using up the good rolls on the easy stuff. Okay.
I know, yeah.
So
I'll struggle later.
The highest roll will give you the biggest info
the
here.
DM is CountessLita. Apparently she's done a whole bunch of D&D. I mean, she's done a little quote bit of D&D.
People's discussion on the bar and they're talking about the politics in the city. Apparently, the city is run by the merchants, and you want to stay on their good side because it's very much commerce. It's a very commerce-heavy city, and there's 7 merchant. They call them merchant princes, that are the leaders of the city. They're not actually like princes per se, but they call them the merchant princes because they're like the most powerful merchants in the city, and they all have their own like little ward that they keep track of, and they're sort of the government in a way of this town. It's very like capitalist like that. And the two of you, both with a 15, you overhear somebody saying that there has been a lot more newcomers lately to this town. You know, you kind of walk in and you're like, oh, more travelers, all these outsiders. I can't believe there's so many newcomers coming in all the time these days. What happened to this town used to be a proper town without all these other strangers coming in. I bet these people don't even like the heat. They aren't used to this place. They're kind of mumbling about how there's too many outsiders in town lately.
You're right, I do hate the heat.
But nobody, even though you hear some grumblings about, you know, all of that, nobody's like outwardly hostile to you. Like, you know, they still like give you a place to stay. They're used to people coming in and out and traveling. So they're like, all right, yeah, you know, this is an inn. This is where your people, you know, the regulars are getting antsy because there's so much travel, but there's still plenty of food and drink and lodging for you. So you're able to get yourselves cleaned up. And then you've decided to head out north. Out the gate. Let me go back to my map here. So we're gonna head out
To the north.
Old City a ways.
To the slums.
All right, I'm gonna open up my city map, which is in my other book, of course.
Of course,
I'm very
it's never where
organized.
you want it to be.
Nah, I've got them all stacked up on the left.
Oh my god.
DM sounds terrible. You have to have like books and books of everything.
We're just
If you're running
remember
a
everything.
module, yes. If you're not,
Yeah.
then just go all out.
Just go with your guts. I like this module though because there's a lot of the details, which is kind of cool, you know.
Mhm.
I just want to be sure that I'm describing the area properly.
It's almost like a choose your own adventure book.
It
Go
is.
to this
Yeah, I mean, it
page
is.
to.
That's accurate.
That's pretty much what it is. Yeah, it's sort of like where do you want to go? Except when the adventure is open ended because it doesn't have to go by what's just what's written down. It goes by wherever you choose to go.
Ooh.
I'm gonna describe. Hey. That takes us to chapter 4 of this module.
Fourth
anyway.
level of the
Wow,
abyss.
we skipped.
Got it.
Nope, totally fine. You skip right from chapter 0 to chapter 4. Oh, no, wait, maybe it's... Yes, okay. So in order to get out to Old City, you have to wind your way through the crafting houses and such in the market ward, and then head out toward the merchant ward.
Sounds about right,
And-
Line.
Once you break past this gate area here, the energy, there's still a lot of people there that are different, but the locals are different, right? There's not as many fancy clothes. It's not as upscale. You start to see like more laborers and workers and people, you know, dragging wheelbarrows of stuff out into the area. And then you start to see what look like 2 massive ziggurats of stone. So like pyramids, you know, they're sort of crumbling and weathered. And between these
Thank
sort
you
of
for the follows, Soulmate.
ruins,
Soulmel, sorry.
there's lots
Hi,
of
thank you.
huts
Welcome.
and shacks and cobbled together buildings that are kind of assembled from whatever happens to be handy in the shadow of these busted ruins that they kind of used to be a castle or something, but no longer. So now they're just all these ruins are. And the locals just sort of ignore the ruins. They're just used to it. To them, it's like a normal. That's just like the annoying structure that they're always walking around. But they all like kind of look at you guys because, oh, you're coming from this part of town. You seem like you're merchants or something. Maybe you're a little bit more upscale for this part of the neighborhood. A little bit of wariness, and a little bit of concern.
Are we dressed too fancy?
Well, you got your weapons and stuff on.
Ah, true.
I actually like these looks. It makes me feel
Mhm.
powerful.
People are like, oh, who are these people? Who are these people?
Evelyn is dressed for practical.
I'm just gonna enjoy the sensation for a little bit. I love being perceived as a threat.
So, a man walks up to you. He's a dark-skinned man, and he's got a cane. and he's got like he doesn't look particularly strong. He looks like he's one of the locals. He's quite poor, and he kind of hobbles up to you, and says, "Are you here about this? Are you here to aid us?"
We could be.
What do you offer?
You look like adventurers.
Gavlan help where Gavlan can.
You must hold some secrets.
Everyone holds secrets.
If you're here to provide assistance, we probably could use it. If you're heading into the jungle, you might want to take a local guide. It's dangerous, even for adventurers like you.
Wouldn't the guide be under threat as well, in that case?
Well, guides know this area better than outsiders. No offense, of course. But since you don't look like you're from around here, just know that if you head too deep into the jungle, there's all sorts of dangers.
What sorts of dangers?
Oh, well, some have seen dragons, some have seen the terror folk.
Who are these terror folk?
Oh, they're lizard folk, but with wings. They attack those that are crossing across the bridges. We've had some disappearances among our kind recently. Not that anyone really cares or minds when a few laborers go missing, but it's been happening more and more frequently. People get hauled off into the jungle, never to return.
I see. Ice, I think we found some of your kind. It might be a great family reunion.
I'm a bird, not a lizard.
Yeah, you're not a... Well, he shakes his head. No, don't seem to be the same kind of winged folk.
They still might get along.
They don't know about the evolutionary differences between birds and dinosaurs, so you have feathers. These guys didn't have feathers. Although there are feathered dinosaurs as well.
Yeah,
Are
a lot
they?
of the raptors. A lot of the
In
raptors.
D&D. Yep, they're feathered. They have feathers.
Oh. I'll just throw out my mind of raptors that I know of.
Between that and the plague, you'd probably best be heading back into the city.
This guy sounds a little suspicious. Why does he want to like take us into the he wants to guide us, but at the same time he's kind of like preventing us from moving.
Oh,
It's
I'm
more
not
of a
interested
warning.
in guiding you. I'm sure you could find a guide if you wanted one, but my leg won't let me go much further out. I'm retired. I just keep an eye on this part of the city.
Were you a guide previously?
Long time ago.
Surely there's some general information you can give us.
What are you
that we
looking to
don't need
find
be
out?
looking-
What are you looking to find out?
That's a good question. What happens if we just kept going straight from where the road leads off and just continued straight from there? What would be the first danger we encounter?
You're heading straight out of the jungle. The first dangers that you'd encounter from here. Let me see if I've got. Let me out of character. I'm going to be looking at a couple different things in this.
Of course.
Yeah. So give me one second.
Would we find a stray Gavlon down there?
I have low
Maybe a few
intelligence,
ices.
so I feel like I'm a pigeon because I feel like they're dumb. I don't know. You think I would know birds more? Oops.
Wait. I need the big map.
Big map.
Yeah.
Big map. Maybe we find a giant display of maps everywhere down that way.
Very doubtful. It's mostly ruins in this direction. Now, if you head up further north, you're going to hit the water. But then if you head out further to the west, by there it's all jungle. All heat. Some ravines and bridges you'd have to cross to get any further out. I wouldn't go out that way unless I had business there.
What's
I
in
see.
there?
Thank you. Yep.
What's in there? Well, just all manner and all sorts of things can be found in the jungle. Treasure, danger.
Ooh.
I simply wouldn't go as a local unless you've had a local to help you find your way around, because it's very easy to get turned around out there.
Goblin will kind of perk up. It's like, if we were to hire a
Yes.
local, who would
If
you
you-
recommend?
Oh, let me see. I've got plenty of lists to look.
Or your top 10.
I'd recommend heading back into the bars in town and asking around. Though you probably wouldn't have to go far if you just wanted to help out the folks that are here in this part of town. We've had a few disappearances lately, as I mentioned, and many of those get dragged right out to the ziggurat you can see with your eyes from here.
Well, that seems like a generally easier job. We wouldn't have to spend additional money for a guide. Shall we do that?
What do we gain from helping you guys?
True. What do we
Well-
gain?
Here and there, we don't have much to offer. But if you visit up with the merchant princes, you might be able to get connected with the guide if you've helped out the city.
Ah, I see.
Oh, connections.
Connections.
Hmm.
I
You
wouldn't
think you might want
mind.
to check out the ruins?
I believe it would be best if we start heading over that way. Wouldn't you agree, party?
I wouldn't mind helping out the locals just to get some connections. Might land us into something better.
Goblin here to help.
Excellent. You all start walking into the old city area, or deeper into the ruins as you go. And you start to see some places where people are like less dense. They're less walking around in that area, and they seem to be avoiding particular areas.
I wonder why they're avoiding those areas.
I'll be honest, I'm more curious about them than not. I'd prefer to venture that way. Always looking for a fight.
You head into the shadow of one of the ziggurats, and behind the ziggurat, you see some bamboo huts that look completely ramshackle and abandoned. Everybody make a perception roll using your perception power or stat, whatever it happens to be. So it's wisdom in some cases. Some of you have +0, some of you have
Don't worry, I rolled the highest.
Oh, wonderful.
I
Good,
have
good
not
roll.
rolled yet. Let's see, what do I got? 13.
13 and 14. Okay. So you have the highest, actually, which is good because you're also the ranger, so you gotta get it. What you pick up on the wind is a smell that is very, no nice way to put it. It's very hot, and it smells like death. It smells like dead bodies over here. It's kind of gross, and it makes you, like, seize up for a second, but then you can push through it. You can react as you would react.
Blah, it smells like rotten flesh. Ugh. Whatever
And then-
is in there is not alive anymore.
Yeah, as she says that, you all start to pick up the whiff of it as well. It seems like, remember he was talking about how there might be a plague?
Right.
Do you want to approach and check it out, or do you want to back off and go elsewhere?
I believe it might be a good idea to at least know of the symptoms. Should we ever encounter someone suffering from that?
You walk up to the bamboo hut, you cover your mouth as necessary, or you just power through the death spell
Power
as you
through.
push your way through. Yeah, power through.
Bird flu.
Bird flu.
Now the door is shut, of course. But it is a bamboo door. You probably could just break it down if
I
you
break
wanted
it down.
to. You're gonna break it down? Okay.
Yeah.
Make a strength roll just to. It probably
Athletics
won't-
or just straight strength?
Oh, actually, athletics is good. Yeah.
I almost put in Twitch chat. Like,
Hell yeah.
Roll in
hell
Twitch
yeah.
chat.
Roll in Twitch chat. 18.
Why not?
18. Okay,
Ooh.
yeah, you needed a 10. So
Shatter
you
the door.
easily put your shoulder
Yeah.
into it, and the door just cracks and crumbles, and it just falls apart. The minute you break the door down, the smell is way, way worse inside this hut than you had on the outside. And you realize that there are dead bodies in this particular hut. And then the dead bodies start to move. So roll for initiative, which is a roll
boy.
d20.
Yay, I got us in a fight.
Wait, we do a d20?
Yep. And then you add your initiative modifier, which is going to be right here on your screen in large number.
Let's go. I got it.
So you have a 13.
Yep.
Wait, initiate?
Initiative is this big.
Ah,
if you're
okay,
looking
okay.
at my screen, it's this big box right here.
Do I do +3?
Yes, you have a
Yeah.
+3 because you're very fast.
Well, I'm not fast enough.
And
What
I will
happens?
roll for zombies. Zombies are not very
D20.
fast at all. And
Oh,
they
wow.
roll
I've got
the
one.
same.
Perfect.
Oh, you rolled a 1! Of course,
Jeez.
my dice are doing extremely well. The game really,
That's
really likes me
incredible.
today. Zombies have a -1, but you know what?
You're
It is
still
what it
going
is.
first.
I'm still going first.
Am I a zombie? Question.
Yo, no,
answer
you're
is
not
yes.
a zombie.
I think that's my question. Brains, that
No,
thing I have
I'm
none
wrong. They have a -2 to initiative. That means I'm going on 15, but you're going on
Still
13, and I
Yeah.
still have 11. And then you're going on 1s, right?
Heck
Is that
yeah.
right? 1s? Nice, very nice. Okay, so you guys are a little bit surprised by the fact that the corpses got up and decided to attack you. There appear to be. Actually, I will roll to see how many there are.
17,000.
No, not that many. I'm feeling dangerous.
of.
There's
Rip
3.
and tear.
3 zombies in this room, so 1 for each of you. They
Lovely.
start to get up and they attack each one of you individually. I will just go around and each of you gets a zombie on you. Nasty stuff. So let me
Nasty
roll
man.
first. Actually, we'll just take this in initiative order. So
I'm just imagining
Yes.
like Final Fantasy scene right now where we're just there in
Yeah.
like idle mode. Just
Square
hopping
one
up
to
and
one.
down, and then
Yeah,
there's
we
3
gotta wait till
zombies
they
on the
attack
other
us.
side.
That's how it works.
D&D combat is turn-based, obviously, because of the dice method. So it is
Yeah.
a little bit like wait and go in some
Mhm.
cases, but that's classic RPGs for you.
But a
Yeah.
whole round takes place in 6 seconds.
Yep.
Right, a whole round is 6 seconds.
Your
Got it.
We idle
theoretical
for 5
peasant
of those
railgun.
seconds, we T-pose, and then we attack at the last second. Obviously.
Got it.
Well, so that's 3 and okay.
The
So
zombies T-pose after this, so you're good.
I mean, we need to assert dominance somehow.
I rolled an 11 to hit Mercury. I don't think
Nope.
that's gonna hit you.
That does not.
Yeah, it does not, because you have a 16 AC.
Yes.
So I
Oh,
will
do
move
I have
down to the
armor?
next.
I
Yes,
do.
you do. I also
in the
rolled an
shield.
11 to hit you.
I have a
Let's see what your
13.
armor. You have a 13. So here's how this works. Since I rolled worse than your armor class, and
Uh-huh.
zombies don't have any special. They're pretty pushover-ish in terms of enemies. That doesn't hit you. So
Yay!
you're fine. It bounces off your armor. Last
Bonk.
roll. Oh, that's a 9. That's not going to hit you either, I don't think.
Nope,
You have
11.
You have an 11 AC, which isn't super high, but the 9 still doesn't hit you. So these zombies get up and they stumble over toward you as you bust into the room, but they claw at you. It's pretty ineffectual. They kind of just lumbered over. They're very slow, so it doesn't seem like any of you are hurt, even though you are being attacked. So now Mercury's the first person to go on initiative. So you go ahead and roll your attack, and we'll see how much damage you do.
My brain's
Or do
just
you mind if I
thinking
be
Miss
creative?
Noble.
Absolutely, always be creative.
Okay. Can I plant my lay on hands on one of them and hope that like does a burst of like power to damage them?
Oh, okay. Wait, don't you have a necrotic lay on hands?
Not yet. Mine's just radiant for now.
Oh, it's just radiant damage?
So I have healing hands and lay on hands, but mine's radiant.
Sure,
Someone else
I'll
maybe-
allow it. We'll do Final Fantasy rules where you can heal away
Heal
the
the
damage.
dead.
But that does use up your lay on hands, but we'll do
course.
it. Of course. So what would you roll for? Does it automatically touch?
It's just an action to
Mhm.
place my hands on them, and then I can spend as many points as I want, and I want to spend all 5.
You're gonna spend all 5? Okay.
Oh,
So
damn.
you do 5 points?
Yeah, 5 points of radiant, and then if they're vulnerable, it'd become 10.
Okay, great.
Is this
10
an
points.
AoE or
No,
Just
it would only hit
one
the
person.
one that you touched.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you hit it with radiant damage. Seems to do pretty decently. It hisses, it reels back. It's still like standing up. I'd say you have to make an attack roll though. Yeah, these zombies have quite a few hit points, so it doesn't do like as much as you. It doesn't like instantly nuke it or anything.
Mhm.
You probably will still have to like attack it further. But you stunned it for sure.
Cool. Thank you.
Quality.
Next is Ice. What are you gonna do?
I think I might just get it over with and attack them.
Okay. Are you gonna get into melee, or are you gonna shoot your bow? Which is totally fine, by the way. I'm not gonna penalize you if you want to shoot into the room.
I feel like melee would be better just because I just noticed I have 200 arrows. And I feel like
Oh.
I don't want to waste it on these.
That's also true. You
Can't waste a few
Weaklings.
arrows on these guys.
I usually let players like 50-50 retrieve arrows when I play with rangers, but
Oh.
I think you would be able to. I think you would be in close quarters right now, with it being a small hut and everything. So melee is probably
Oh.
not a bad idea.
Okay. How do I attack?
Roll a d20.
D20.
Yep, just like before.
R.
And the good thing about zombies is they're very easy to hit. They do have more HP than you'd think, but they're pretty easy to hit usually. Okay, so you rolled a 14, which is enough to hit. You don't even need dodge or bonuses because you only need an 8 or higher to hit the zombie. They're really
Okay.
slow. So you hit the zombie with your sword, and go ahead and roll. It is a d6, I believe.
Yes. 1d6. Do I go +3 then?
Yes, because it's a finesse weapon.
Oh.
So you have done 8 damage. Very good. So that
Did
zombie.
that just kill it?
Nope, it's still alive. Well, it's still unalive. I mean, they're dead, but
They're
But
still
looks-
existing.
it looks about as badly hurt. It looks hurt a little bit worse than the one that just got the light to the face. So you hack it pretty good. You give it a pretty good hack. Okay. Next, Ku, you're the last to go, but you're the last one left. So
Incredible. We'll attempt to take a swing at the neck. Let's see, 7, and then I'm +3, so 10.
okay,
Rest
so you
is
still
added in
hit.
there.
Go ahead and take your damage. Go ahead and roll your
I believe
damage.
what was it? Was a D8, I believe. So D8 +3.
Yeah, because you have a longsword.
So D8 +3.
Unless
Why
you're
did it-
dual wielding
Not
it,
3D
or sorry,
not
using
3D8.
both hands.
I did wrong button. My bad.
Oh.
Who
you
are
still
you
have a
using
7.
both hands? Because if you're using both hands on it, then it would be a D10.
Oh, good point.
Right above a shield, so you got 2 hands. So
Oh, okay.
You're using a shield, so then yeah.
I don't think I
Yeah.
am using a shield. I don't think I am.
Oh.
No, I don't think you are.
Yeah, I don't think I have a shield. So yeah, I would be 2-ending it.
Yeah.
So 7 still works. That's fine.
7?
7 +3 is 10. So
10 points of damage. Okay, got it. That one looks pretty hurt too. They're all still moving, so they're gonna all get another round of attacks on you guys. And I will just roll those in the same order that I rolled them before.
Sounds good.
Oh, I rolled a 20. Sorry, that's on you, Mercury.
Yay! Hit me.
And then I got a 17
Ow.
and an 11. Well, this time all of those hit except for I think the 11 misses.
Yeah.
You have an 11 AC. I always give the defender when it's a AC.
Okay.
So you're safe, but the other two are getting hit. And you got a nat 20, which means I hit, but I might actually crit.
Yep.
No crit. So just regular damage, but it is max damage. It is full damage. So the zombies, they're a little bit mad now, especially since you just used light on like a radiant weapon, like you used radiant light right in his face. So it was
Yes.
really, really upset. So that's really made it pissed off. So it's just gonna attack you with its claws, and it hisses and it grabs into you with the claws. And it does 1d6. 1.0. Well, oh, for the crit, it's gonna do max damage, so it's gonna do 6 damage.
Okay.
The other ones, but it's not double because it wasn't a crit.
What type of damage is that?
It is basic slashing damage.
Got it.
So there's no like confirming crits. It's right through the back. Yeah, I usually confirm crits. But I double damage if it confirms. Otherwise, just regular.
Mhm.
That's how I always play it. But depends.
Fair.
People have
That's a good way to do it.
people have different
Yep.
home rules, by the way, about crits and stuff. I do not do critical failures, which is a one fails, but it doesn't. I've had DMs where they like, if you crit fail, it also does something like break your weapon or something like that. But I find that to be not fun and kind of embarrassing to deal with, so I don't do crit fails.
Gotta go repair my weapon.
Yeah, because it I feel like it penalizes people who take more attacks and take more risks to do crit fails, essentially.
Hope you
But
got
I
a
don't want
repair
to
box.
penalize people for taking risks. I think people should be creative and do what they want to do. So
Yeah.
that's why I don't.
This is literally the first time I lay on hands on an undead person, so.
Hey, why not? It's fun. I let you do it. You know, there might not be rules as written, but it's a cool idea. So, you know, yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, you're already penalized by failing the attack. Exactly. Like if a one is already an automatic fail, you don't want to like throw more. But later on, like fighters will get like maybe 5 attacks a round or something.
Mhm.
At that point,
You can do
chance of
8.
you rolling a 1, yeah, the chance of you rolling a 1 is really high. So it doesn't seem fair to the fighters to penalize you for rolling a 1 that badly, because it'll happen. It's a 1 in 20 chance. It's not that rare of a thing to have happen. So that's why I don't do crit fails. I only do crit successes. Yeah, someone make
RP's going good. We're fighting our first
the downside,
enemy,
the
Zom
downside
Zom.
of that, since it's fixed damage, they don't actually have a radiant weakness. So even though he's pissed off about it, it doesn't do additional damage. Yeah. Oh, what was I doing? I was doing damage to
You already done damage to me. Yep.
Yeah. So
It's
you
ice
did damage,
Who's
and
taking
then
damage?
Ice's damage is going to be a 3 on the die, which is a +1. So you take 4 points of damage. So your character sheet should have your hit points on it. So just write down here, since you're at 11 -4, just take your current HP, like so. Okay?
Oh, so would mine be 6 + 1, so I'm technically taking 7 damage?
Yeah, so you're at 11
Okay.
right now. So
Yeah, I'd go down to 4. I just want to make sure.
Okay, yeah. So you got a pretty good hack there, but you'll get another shot at him there.
Mm-hmm.
And then Q will roll for your damage. So that's 5 + 1, so you take 6 damage.
I thought I wasn't going. I thought you said defender's advantage.
Oh no, that's right. You didn't get hit. My
I
bad.
think you're me.
Brainwave. Okay,
All
you are
good.
missed. So I'm not gonna make you roll initiative order. We'll just go back down the line again. Mercury, you got hit pretty bad there, but you're still kicking.
Yep.
What's next? Great sword.
Let's kick more things. Great sword.
All right.
15.
15 definitely hits. So go ahead and do your damage, which I think is 2d6.
Yeah. I typed it in. I didn't want to, but
Oh, okay.
I'll do it again. Because it's 2d6 + 3. There we go. 11.
11. Okay. You hack at him. He falls down. It looks like it's still moving, because zombies have to make a Constitution saving throw to see if they actually die or not. And since that wasn't radiant damage this time, which is the one thing that matters, nope, it looks like he doesn't succeed. So
squirming a little bit, so I just plant my sword through its neck while it's on the ground.
Yep. So it's flailing around a little bit, and you put the sword in it and twist the sword, and it stops moving. Ice, your turn.
Oh, I haven't taken damage yet.
Oh, it was before you took
7
4 points.
4 damage.
Yeah,
4.
you took 4.
Okay. How do
Yeah, 'cause it was 3
I do the
plus
math
1.
thing again?
So your max HP is 11, so your current HP
Mhm.
would be 7.
Right, math.
Yeah, manual
Yep.
math.
Basic
Got it.
basic math, not difficult math.
I suck at subtractions.
You're gonna get really good at it today.
Yeah. Boy, howdy.
I guess I'll just continue hacking at
Slashing?
it with my
Yep.
sword.
Probably the
Sword.
best way. Probably the best way to go.
So it's a D20.
Yep.
Oh!
Oh, so that's that
There
crit.
it
That's
is.
that fail. So that automatically misses, but nothing else bad happens.
Darn it.
You do miss though, unfortunately.
How dare it
Okay.
sidestep me? It's
Yeah,
too
no.
slow.
It
How
It's
lurched,
too
dare
it,
it.
slow.
it lurched to the side like at the last possible second, and its little claw drags on the ground, but you don't actually hit it that time. So next is a fighter.
Gah.
Amazing. Let's see. This is d20 plus 5, so 11 plus 5, 16.
Oh, you rolled
Yeah.
16?
I have
Okay.
terrible
yeah,
luck.
it's darn- I didn't see the plus 5, so I was like, wait, okay. So yeah, you hit it 16. Do your damage.
And we're two-handing this, so this is a d8. I actually know how to add the pluses to the rolls, so on here.
You can just roll that number plus.
Got
That's fine.
Did I
I was
just
just
type in a
like, wait,
command?
pluses. Yeah.
So it's
Yeah, you
7
can
plus
type,
3, so 10.
you can do like roll 1d, like just as an example, plus 3 like that, and it'll actually just do the thing.
Oh, all
Yeah,
right.
That's
here.
kind of cool.
I'll like
I see it.
put
I
it
see
in where it's just slash roll and then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and whatever it is, but it doesn't either way, or you could use the little thing on the side.
Yep.
So what's your plus on that? Plus it's 7 plus
3.
3, so 10 points of damage. Okay, that one is still up. It's like he's kind of wobbling a little bit, but he's not completely downed yet. So we're gonna have 2 zombies still up next round. That one you're fighting is gonna go for you, and Ice, you still have one that you're facing down as well. So the good news though is since Mercury's zombie is dead, he can help you out with the ones that are on you. So let's have this 2 roll. Oh, I rolled a 1, so I completely fail to hit Bird, and I rolled a 2, so no damage this round by the zombies.
Amazing.
I like how it's just Ice's singular combat is just like rolling that ones right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a 1, and then the zombie had a 1, and now they're just kind of slap fighting each other. It's not
Slap.
super effective.
Slap
but,
boxing, just kind of.
might be an opportunity for you to slide in there and finish the zombie off.
Yep. So let me just put my great sword through there. I got a 9.
Oh, a 9. Fortunately, that's enough to hit. You only need an 8.
Yep.
So go ahead and roll damage.
Oops, wrong thing. Roll
need an
2d6 plus 3. 12.
12. That is enough to kill it. So that one goes
Nice.
down. But I do get my Constitution roll to see if I'm still unalive or not. Ooh, I technically beat your damage, so it's still moving. It's flailing around. It's still kind of weak, but it's still moving around. Basically, it's still alive-ish, unalive. It's still unalive.
Ice, finish it off.
Oh, you'll have to do that next turn, or Ice can finish it off. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Ice
sorry,
can.
Ice finish it off. I thought you said I finish it off. All right, Ice, you can finish it off.
I take a sword into its head because I hate it.
Whack it.
I have to roll. See if I
Mhm.
miss.
As a paladin, it's a good thing for you to hate.
Eh.
Oh,
Yes!
super good roll. Excellent. You got an 18.
And
So
then
just do a little bit of damage, and we'll see. It literally only has 1 hit point left, so all I have to do is. So you whack at it one more time, and it seems to stop moving. You think?
Oh, yay! I think.
That leaves us with one left.
All right, we'll give it. We'll
Alright,
give it the
Goblin,
coup.
you got this. We'll sit back and watch.
Question,
We'll kinda give it-
question.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yep.
How come the 17 still counts as it being dead though, even though you're higher than me?
Because I've decided we're ready to move on from this encounter.
Got it.
DM
Fair
said
enough.
so. Give us a bow.
If
Okay,
I
no
had
question.
rolled it, that's a pretty high roll, so I probably would have it's probably still moving a little bit, but I think between the two of you, you could probably stick a boot in its head.
There's a snake in my boot.
Just step on
The
it.
other one still has some hit points left, though.
I'm gonna swing on it. I'm gonna try to give it the coup de grace.
All right,
So we're gonna 14.
all right. Let me see if it die. Oh, you do the damage because that's gonna hit it.
So let's roll 1d, and it's +3 for this. That's a big ol' 11.
11 is good. Let's see if it stays dead. Oh, I still beat your damage. This one we'll say is still up. It's
Damn,
gonna get
resilient.
one more. It's gonna get one more swing on you. That's gonna hit you actually.
That is.
Let's see.
Big
I
ol'
do
15.
1d6.
No, Goblin.
So you take 4 points of damage.
All right, down to 8.
I think that's your first damage, though.
That is my first damage up.
Okay, all three of you are
We're
still
fine.
facing one very, very persistent zombie. It's missing an arm now, and its leg is gashed and bleeding, but nobody's chopped off its head, so it's still moving around.
Hey, Goblin, do you still need help, or you think you got it?
Goblin is taking longer than expected.
Hey, but do you need help, or?
No, Goblin is fine.
Okay, cool. I'm
Okay.
gonna go sit on the ziggurat. And I just leave.
Okay, you're just gonna sit back and watch it go down. All right.
I'll prune my feathers.
Okay. I guess it's your hit again, Goblin. See if you can take it out.
Oh boy.
You got this, I believe.
Swing. Okay, I don't. That's. Hold
Oh.
on. I did the wrong.
It's like slash roll. Yeah.
Yep,
Yes,
Close
slash
enough.
roll.
You can do it.
I did the wrong thing.
Come on, I believe.
Nope, absolutely not.
Oh my god,
Incredible.
you missed. You missed.
Incredible.
Come on, Goblin, do a bit better.
Oh, it hit you again.
Oh no.
And it did 4 points of damage. Actually, 5 points of damage. How much health do you have left?
Oh no.
I still have 3 points.
Oh,
left.
you still have. You're a fighter. You're good.
I'm fine. Yeah, I'm good.
5 points of damage. This one's very tenacious. This one's very stubborn.
It's very aggressive.
You might want to do second wind.
It's
Not first.
fine. I can do it as bonus action if I miss again.
That's
That's
true.
fine.
Do you want to hit it
All
again?
right, Goblin, do a bit better. Come on.
Yeah, we're just gonna swing again.
Swing on
There is-
All right,
fire.
go for it. Go for it.
No.
There we go.
Oh, that hit.
Yay.
Okay, that hit. All you have to do is kill 1 hit point worth.
Oh boy, can I? I mean, I literally can't not do one. So
No, you'll definitely do 1.
But the
Yeah.
Constitution save.
Yeah.
Well, it depends. It does get a con save on, but it's a DC of 5+, so we tied, so that's good enough. Oh, by the way, with that, it's actually 5+ the damage, so it has to be higher. It has to be fairly high of a save. So that one finally goes down.
Yay.
It took a little bit more time than expected, but you managed to kill it, or re-kill it, I guess, as the case may be.
Good job, Goblin.
Oh,
Just clap.
you guys are pretty beat up.
Oh.
But you notice these particular zombies have pretty long claws on their hands, is what they were actually attacking you with. So whatever it was that resurrected them was something a little bit weird, because their hands are kind of mutated. That was why they did so much damage when they actually hit you.
hmm Goblin
Mutated
thinks we should not
zombie.
open random doors.
I second.
All right. Then Mercury's jumps
mean-
up. It's like, oh shit, I gotta examine these. All right, let's see what we got here. Because what are the symptoms?
Okay. Make a medicine roll.
Let's see how good I am at medicine. I am slightly better at medicine than the average person, so
You've got some medicine skills.
slightly better. 17.
Oh, really, really good. So yeah, you notice right away, of course, they are obviously dead. They have vicious-looking claws that extend from their rotted fingertips. You also notice that there were a few iron chains, and when you examine the wrists of these zombies, at one point they were actually manacled to the ground, so they seem to have
Okay.
been
Thank you so
cut
much, Lion,
loose
for checking
at
out.
some
Thank you,
point.
thank you. Bye-bye.
And there's
Have a
bits
good night.
of other bodies around, as if they were chewing or eating on some people that are here. So you see like a leg, you see an arm, you see a large dead pig over in one corner. So there's also like eating livestock and animals. And so you think that they maybe were put in here on purpose by somebody? Ooh, we've moved to the Baldur's Gate soundtrack.
Yeah.
Suddenly noticed that.
So, team, this was purposeful. There's like no doubt in my mind. This was done on purpose. It's not really an illness, or it doesn't seem like it, because they were literally chained to the ground.
You think someone's been experimenting on them?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea, or like a good belief to have. We just need to find who that is.
Ooh, like sacrifice. Because they're chained, right?
Mm-hmm. Do you want to explore the hut further now that you're inside?
Sure, let's explore the hut a little more.
Mm-hmm.
In the back, there is a door headed downward that is locked.
Well,
Whoa!
you okay?
Yeah, sorry.
No.
Your mic kind of just
Oh, Mike
spiked for a second.
Mike check.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good.
Sorry,
I'm gonna
it just
drink
kind of
some
shocked me
water
for a
while you
second.
decide what to do.
Good here. Hit a little bit of shock and awe.
We good now?
Yeah, sorry.
Got that
Okay.
1d8 of thunder damage.
Yeah, that was just D4 thunder damage. Vicious mockery. Well, actually, that would be psychic damage. Anyways, well,
Emotional damage.
emotional damage. I'm about to emotional damage this door unless anyone else has better ideas.
Is there like a pick locking skill or something?
There is.
You
Can I use
yeah.
one of my like one of my little feathers or something to pick lock things?
You sure can. To pick this particular lock, you need to make a DC 12 dexterity check. But first, make a perception check using a +2.
Now you're thinking like a D&D player.
I'm thinking like the barbarian, almost like beat down the door. We're
Just
good.
smack it, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Both of those are
D20,
valid
right?
Options. Yes.
And then
All
plus
right,
dex,
plus-
which is 3,
Plus
so
dex. 3. 15.
heck yeah.
Okay. So you have a 15. Make your perception check as well, which is a D20 +2.
D20 plus 2.
Okay, great. 15. So you have 15 on both of those rolls.
Quality.
So you notice as you're getting ready to pick the lock that there's actually a latch, and you think that this lock might be trapped. Do you want to continue to try to pick the lock anyway?
I turned to my teammates and was like, I think I might be in trouble if I open this.
Why's that?
Or
It's
that
just a
you'll
door.
have to disarm the trap, potentially.
Do I have any disarm skills? Is
You
that
can do that.
survival?
No, that's still a wisdom. Oh wait, I'm sorry. It is still a dexterity check to disarm the trap. So you can use your same
Okay.
feather to disarm the trap that you were using to pick the lock.
Sure. I have high dex. I believe in myself.
Okay.
You just gotta believe.
Just don't make it explode in our face and we'll be fine.
So just a perception or a
A
dexterity check?
dexterity. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Really
Yay!
good roll. Okay. So not only do you notice the trap, it's basically like a little needle inside the lock. So if you were to put put your tool in there without first disarming the needle, it would have jabbed you in the finger while you were disarming. So you reach in and you wiggle around in there and you break the needle first, and then you open the latch. and the latch in the floor opens up.
Ta-da!
Very good.
Big good work.
Yay, feathers.
Yay,
On-
feathers.
Now, who wants to go first into the interior below the hut?
I'll head in.
Certainly not Gavlan.
I think we're all a little low on health at the moment. I have
a
like
little,
4,
Yeah.
but I want
That's,
to go first.
fair.
Fuck
I
it,
probably
that's
have
a
the highest
one-shot.
HP.
Kill me.
You'll
You
go in
know what?
first?
That's
Okay.
valid.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
This
Okay.
is, in fact, a one-shot.
You go down into the darkness. It is indeed a pitch dark area. Who has dark vision on their character? Let me double check.
I do.
Nope.
How do we know?
It would be on your sheet, although I think it's probably only the paladin that has
It's me.
dark vision. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
But you could always light a candle or a torch. All right. Have a good night, VBB. Thank you for coming. Thank you all for coming out and watching. By the way, those of you that are here in the chat, I always appreciate all of you. So thank you so much.
Thanks,
Good
random
luck.
people.
Thank
And-
you.
and VB's been a great
Randos.
help in
Woo.
like getting me set up here. So we were really talking about what to do, and so I think we'll definitely be running more games in the future.
Nice.
And I'd love to
Um,
be a part of that if you're willing to have me.
this has actually been really fun so far. I hope you all are having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
So you go down into the darkness. You're going first, so you can see and you see that there are some candles down here. They're just not lit, so you could potentially light them for the others if you wanted.
Sure, can I just use my light spell to light them?
Oh yeah, you could just use a light spell if you want. You just create a
Cool.
little ball of light.
I'll specifically do
works.
those on the candles, though. I'm not doing it on myself.
Oh, okay, you
Specifically the candles.
Beautiful. Okay, so she goes down into the darkness and waves her hand over the candles and lights them up. Very dramatic. Yeah, that's super cool. And so they're glowing. They're not actually lit with fire, but they just look like they're lit candles, so it kind of has the same effect.
Mm-hmm.
Now that you are down in the basement, you see a small table and a few chairs and a small desk and a bed. The air in here, as you would imagine, is very stale. It smelled terrible upstairs. Downstairs, it doesn't smell as bad, but it just is very stagnant because there's no windows, obviously, down here, and it's just warm and icky. But yeah, you see a desk, you see a bed, and some chairs and a table in here. Nothing attacks you in this room.
Goblin will go investigate the desk. See if
Okay.
there's anything on it.
You go over to the desk, and on top of the desk is a small book. Make a, say, Arcana or Religion roll, which I know those are not your best, but you do have a +1. No, -1, I'm sorry. Make a roll at -1.
Yeah, I think it's just any roll at -1. It's literally both.
Your intelligence.
Don't worry, in my current character I'm playing in a D&D campaign, I have a -3 to athletics. Fantastic.
Amazing.
Oh,
It
that's
doesn't matter.
awesome.
We just rolled a 20.
You
so
rolled
it
a
doesn't
20!
matter.
Nice.
Doesn't
Rolled
matter.
a nat
Yay!
20. So you automatically succeed at what you see. Okay. So wow, good job. For some reason, you totally understand it immediately. You don't know why. This book bears the symbol of Azuth, the god of arcane knowledge. Next to it is a collection of handwritten pages. Identifying those pages, they seem to be used in some sort of ritual. Surprise, surprise.
I knew it.
So you recognize the symbol, and you recognize that this is some kind of ritual writing. At the very end, you see a letter, which I actually have a physical handout of this letter because I'm fancy. Let me see if I can bring
You're
it
a
up.
nerd, a cool nerd.
I'm a nerd. It looks like
Hell
this.
yeah.
Ooh.
This is what it looks like.
Another night with dreams of serpents. I know I should deliver the relic as promised, but it calls to me. Now Zuth's name. It calls to me through my dream, and has led me to my lair beneath the walls of the ziggurat. But what if I'm wrong? Would the gods wish me to walk such a path? Perhaps this is the true path to an eternal knowledge? Perhaps my teacher was wrong all this time. I must see this through and finish my work. Should I not return? I have joined with those I have brought with me into the dark unknown. Hipla.
Viplo. Viplo. Signed, Viplo.
Hipla.
And
No.
on the back
It's
of
a
this
cute name.
parchment is a drawing of 3 circles, an arrow, and they're drawn basically in a triangle pattern. So I'll just use this here to draw it. So say there's 3 circles. There's a circle, circle, and then there's an arrow pointing to the bottom left circle. So it's extremely subtle. Looks
Yeah.
like that.
Just a little subtle arrow.
Very
Yeah.
subtle arrow. Very subtle little arrow. Like so.
Hmm.
The desk is also locked.
Goblin
Why
will
is
obviously
everything-
share this information because yeah.
One just break the lock.
Pass the letter around.
Yeah.
Why is everything locked?
Oh, but
It's
this
more
guy just
fun if things
you
are
know.
locked.
Do you not lock your things? Do you not?
I don't
Do you
lock
not?
my desk.
Oh. Alright, I
Well,
guess
you
I'm
should
weird
start
then.
doing
maybe
that.
maybe there's something in there.
Oh, that kind of lock. I thought you meant like the desk was physically chained onto the ground. Lock.
That'd be
No, it's a
incredible.
drawer. It's got a locked drawer in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Clearly
this
my
person's just
intelligence
really
is not
fond of chains. There's chains everywhere.
I mean, I don't question what they do in their free time.
Neither do I.
Okay, that makes sense.
Do you want to try to pick that lock open?
Sure.
All right, do another
I
one of
whipped
those
out another
D20
handy
rolls.
dandy feather.
feather pick. I like the feather
I've-
lock pick. That's a really good
Yeah.
trick.
If you
Tons
do
of
that too
feathers.
often,
For the
you might
characters.
lose all your
9.
feathers.
Oh, unfortunately, that does not open it.
Wait,
Does
is
anybody
that
else
plus
wanna-
3?
Oh wait, plus. Oh, that's right. It's plus 3. Never mind. That opens it. You got it.
Yay.
Forgot about your plus 3. Yes, plus 3 is enough to open it. So you click and open up the desk. Inside the desk is an ivory scroll case.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Hey guys, I found something.
What is it?
It's an ivory something.
A scroll case.
A scroll case.
Lovely. None of us are wizards. I don't think we can use them.
Well,
magic.
you can still open it up.
We could, but I'm checking out this bed and just laying on it.
Okay, that's true. You can also take a short rest and recover some hit points if you want.
Just vibing on someone's bed.
Oh.
Yeah, just vibing on someone's bed. They're not here. There are zombies
They
guarding
are
the door. So.
they are not here. They're either in the place where they said they were going to be, or doing some other.
Hey,
Maybe-
this is
maybe
free
they-
lodging.
alright.
We still haven't
Free
paid
lodging.
anywhere for
Oh,
room.
that is true.
That's true. That's true.
Can I sit on a bed and like heal up while also trying to open the thing up? Can I
Yeah.
multitask?
You can take a short rest, which will allow you to recover some hit points.
Sure,
So
we
let's
can do
Yeah,
that.
So let's
Yeah, let's go do that. I don't think anyone's coming back.
Doesn't seem like it, and at least while you're down here, you're kind of protected from whoever might, unless the person who owns this place happens to wander by, which doesn't seem like that's going to be the case.
We did just break and enter, so
Yeah, that's true. But then again, they're probably like at their creepy ritual site by now. Maybe.
Yeah.
Also
Who
true.
They probably also think that we died from the trap
knows?
or is in pain from the trap door thing. Sorry, what
Okay.
am I supposed to roll?
Sorry, I was looking up I'm used to the Baldur's Gate short rest rules where you just recover all your hit points, but I'm looking up to see rules is written to make sure
It's
that,
hit die.
because it's hit die. Yeah, it's one of your hit dice. So whatever your hit die happens to be, which is
D8
your
for ranger.
D8 for a ranger, or you
D10
have
for fighter.
1d10 for a fighter. Yeah, right. So you roll that
Oh,
to see how many hit points you
Mine's
recover.
a D10.
Oh, is
Oh,
it?
yours is
Oh, yours is
D10.
D10. All right, there you go. Yep. Okay.
Okay.
So roll a
Ranger is
D10 and you
D10?
recover that many hit points.
Woo!
Hell
Full
yeah.
health.
You're fully recovered.
For me,
Which
I'm
is-
one off from full, but I'm doing
I
pretty
got
good.
4.
Okay, so you're at 10.
Do better, Goblin. Rest
You got-
better.
You got 4. Oh, you didn't rest very good. How many hit points do you
Got-
have? Does that leave you with?
7.
7. Okay.
Goblin knows no risk. Goblin wheel. Goblin deal.
Goblin
True.
Goblin want no rest.
I feel like you should be closer to a barbarian, but yeah.
Oh well, he's just a dumb fighter. We have a really intelligent party. No wizards or anything in this party.
Mm-hmm.
That average
I
9
chose to make
intelligence
my
coming up.
intelligence to 0, so
Inside the scroll case is a scroll of healing word and a scroll of protection from evil or good.
Ooh.
Nice.
If
heard
you
of both of
can't
those
make use
spells.
of those, you can sell them or trade them for something else if you want, depending on what you want to do. The scroll case itself also is made of ivory, so it's kind of a nice item. It's probably worth a little bit of money. If you want to trade the whole kit and caboodle for something, you probably could back in the Merchant's Guild or something like that. But at least you've rested and recovered some hit points. So now you
I have
have
a
a choice to
question.
make.
If I
Yeah.
can't do any skill or do any spells, how come my standard actions has a thing called cast a spell? Or is that just
cannot level
default?
2.
Rangers do eventually get spells.
Oh.
But that also applies to basically any character. But there is actually a ranger spell list, so they don't start out with many spells, but eventually you can learn to cast spells as a ranger.
Hunter's mark.
Oh.
You are what they call a half caster.
Yeah.
And as am I.
Half caster. I just have the ability to cast things.
Yes.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So, as you would level up as a ranger, you would get access to the ranger spell list, which would give you the ability to cast certain spells to help you. Like, they're all like nature flavored spells, but that's kind of the idea.
Okay. Are we stuck at level 1? Are we doing like a level 1 run, or do you get like experience from the enemy we just fought?
So there's 2 different ways to do experience in D&D. These characters are set up milestone, doesn't really matter. But early on, like the DM can just say, okay, you guys level up because you completed the adventure. So for this particular adventure, you'll be level 1. And then if you were to adventure again with these same characters, you'd be level 2 because you could just declare milestone.
Yeah.
When I typically run a campaign, I usually do experience points. So I do hand out experience points like per enemies and like per challenges and stuff. But milestone's kind of a simpler way if you're just interested in like keeping things apace with the story. So what I would say basically is like after this adventure, you'd be level 2, and then you would level your characters up. Does that make sense?
So after this adventure, is that like after this one shot, or is it like just?
Oh,
okay,
since
gotcha.
it's a one shot, it doesn't really matter. But
Okay, gotcha.
But if you were to continue to play, like because this is a valid Adventurer's Guild module, which it technically is, you could keep these characters and continue to play them if you wanted. But it's just an option. But it's just kind of one of those like if you want to keep playing, you can.
Gotcha. Okay.
I have an RPGA number. Technically, I have the authority to level you up universally, but
That's fun.
I can say you're level 2. I have an
level 1 to
RPGA
20.
number, which is not a DCRI number, and is not an Adventurer's Guild number, because they changed the system twice.
Quality.
Yeah, an RPGA is like, I don't know, turn of the century shit. I don't know. I'm an ancient vampire, so that's why. But anyway,
Seen it all.
What are y'all doing?
Goblin suggests we take stuff and try to find ritual site.
Do we take the bed?
Take the
I
bed.
don't think. Can
Are
we
you
even
going to
take the
carry
bed?
it?
I can carry it.
What are you?
Probably not, but I could.
Don't use it as a shield.
It actually might be worth more as a shield. It's pretty dusty.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I'm down to move on, grab all the loot here, and see what else is around.
The only loot you found was that scroll case in the desk. It doesn't seem like he took any other. Oh, and of course the book if you want to take that.
There was a
We
book.
could also take the desk.
Oh, right.
It's not chained down, so.
I mean, I think it's
This
gonna be
isn't
hard.
Skyrim.
It's gonna be hard to get that desk up the ladder.
There's 2 of us with a good strength
Probably was
set.
easier to put
I
it down here
mean,
than it was to
I
get
can
up,
take
but
the
I mean,
desk and I can fly up with it if you really want the
Pretty
desk.
big desk.
Let's just take everything in this room. Let's be loot goblins. I
Everything
want
is
the
not
bed
nailed
in
down.
addition to like the bed frame.
You are
Ooh, can we just
looting
take the mattress
the
then?
furniture?
We could also just take the mattress.
Incredible.
That's what I was thinking of just taking as a shield,
Mattress.
in quotes.
All right. You can take the desk if you truly want, but I would, and the mattress, but you can't. The bed frame is. What are you doing with?
I love how fast this derailed.
Well, yeah, that's D&D for you.
Yeah,
Sometimes
it
I'm
is.
very good at that.
I'm not using
Oh.
that. Actually, seriously though, sincerely, do you guys decide to try to take the desk out?
I'm taking the bed.
Taking the
He's
bed.
taking the
Okay, taking the mattress.
Yeah, we'll
taking
just
the
take the
mattress.
we'll just take the
I will
mattress.
specifically use it as like a tower shield for one hit, and then I'm getting rid of it.
Okay, beautiful.
Incredible.
You take the creepy guy's mattress and you haul it out of the shack.
Gotta stick it to
You
him.
you walk past the undead guards. Sorry, I'm gonna take a drink of water here.
Everyone hydrate.
Fuck that guy, am I right? Gostio's mattress. No
Hydrate,
place, please.
hydrate break. And you
Hydrate
head
break.
out of the hut.
Oh no.
And now you are gonna head where?
Do we know where they? Obviously, either the ritual site is relative to us, or like the 3 circles with the one having the arrow, which I assume is the ritual site. Do we know where those are?
Ziggurat.
Good question. He said it was at the ziggurat, right?
Is there only one ziggurat, or are there
There's
multiple?
2, I thought.
Yeah,
There is
that's what I thought.
2. There is 2. Do you want to simply investigate and see if you can find what you're looking for?
I like going on a treasure hunt. I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah. Maybe let's just
We're
go
off
through
to meet
both,
the
just in
wizard.
case.
Okay.
Even if it turns out the first ziggurat's the right one, let's do a second.
You paced around both of the ziggurats.
Hmm.
Let's have some perception rolls from everybody.
All right.
Cool.
Plus 0, right? Yeah.
What was perception
14.
Plus
14.
I got 14.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Hey, 20.
Oh, amazing.
Goblin's got hawk eyes, apparently.
Yeah, no kidding.
He's not carrying the mattress. Makes
That's,
sense.
you know what?
Perception.
That
Yeah,
would
that's
help.
true. That's true. Oh, 20. Oh my gosh, you guys are
Hell.
cracked. Excellent rolls.
I'm
Okay.
spending
Can't
all
see
my
it on this
gotcha luck on
mattress.
this.
Oh, your
I
gotcha
feel
luck?
that, Kagi.
Oh my god,
god.
my gotcha
Gotcha
luck
luck.
has been
Fuck.
trash again lately, I'll tell you.
I need that
well,
for
you-
the Chino.
You only needed a 12, so you all totally nailed it. As you walk around the second ziggurat, you notice in the bottom terrace, there is the same pattern of 3 circles, just like this.
Kind of look back and forth at them. Kind of like, is that looks oddly familiar?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
clearly that means this one's the right one. So we should check out the first ziggurat first.
Oh, okay. You walk around. You go to the
Sure.
other one. You check it out.
Loot everything.
do
They
a
might
little
have a
research.
second mattress.
Exactly. Let's do the
They
first
might have a
ziggurat.
second
The
mattress.
second one's definitely where we gotta go.
If we get a
one
second
is
match-
definitely the one. Yeah.
If we get a second mattress, we can play Unga Bunga.
That's true. You could. You could.
That's what might be in the first ziggurat, obviously. Come on.
Oh, you head back to the northern. Or you head back to the northern ziggurat. You look around. You don't see anything that matches the symbol that you saw before. So this doesn't seem to be the place. It does seem to be the southern one.
Is there a second mattress though? No, I'm joking.
Is there a
Yeah,
second
that's what I
mattress?
want to know. Second-
Nothing special
Uh.
about the other ziggurat. Only this one.
Okay.
It was
Well,
worth a
time
try.
to go back, I guess.
There
Okay,
isn't an arrow. There isn't an arrow on the other one. There's just these 3. They're carved into the base of it.
Sure.
You know, I'm very determined to get the second mattress, so maybe we should just
Yeah.
head back to town, rent out a room, pull the mattress from that room, and push it out the window, and then pick it up and come back.
No, but we'll have
That's
to
not a
pay
good
to enter
idea.
the inn in the first place.
Yeah.
I don't want to
Have rent
spend
a
money.
room. You could trade the scrolls.
Nah.
Is that no? Mm.
Okay.
One of them is
That's
actually
Chinese
a
for
good
me.
scroll, especially with what just we want. But
That's true. They are good. They are good. They are useful scrolls.
Mm-hmm. Let's just go back to the second ziggurat and try to.
Okay.